Wouldn't you know it, as soon as I pressed start streaming, the AC decided to kick on, so you guys are going to have to listen to that for a minute. It's actually kind of a cool day, so the AC might be a bit unnecessary, but it's hot in here because my apartment kind of traps in heat, so we'll let it run for a minute instead of opening a goddamn window. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Skippy. Hey, Bill. Hey, Dissident. Hey, Matsu again. Is that everybody? How are we? Sorry you possibly have COVID, Skippy. Bit cringe. Thoughts on Land of the Luscious manga? It's great. Great manga. Love to make a video about it sometime. Don't know when I will. Yeah, so here's the deal. I'm going to Germany on Saturday, and I'll be there for 2 weeks, in which I will not be streaming at all. And I'm incredibly stressed out because of work stuff and getting ready for the trip and video stuff. And when I went to start streaming today, I was just like staring at my Steam page, and I was like, I don't know what to stream today. But I feel like I got to do a little like last stream before vacation stream at least. So I decided I would try a little just chatting thing. And if nobody is here to chat with, then maybe I'll just find something to play. But for now, we're going to sit here and talk, if that's okay. Hey, what's up, Stavros? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thoughts on the Simpsons manga? Pretty good. Pretty epic. I was watching some Simpsons clips. I love Simpsons. Simpsons is a good show. For part of it, at least. I haven't watched, like, any of the later seasons. I think I kind of stopped watching Simpsons around, like, season 13 or something. But I don't know. Have you thought of not being stressed? I've certainly thought about it. I've thought about how it would be nice. I talked about it with my manager today because we had, like, a check-in. And it's just, like, there's just been a confluence of events. There was just it's just like a confluence of things. Like it feels like everything's going wrong at once, and I just got to deal with it. And I'm just doing my best to fucking keep my head above water. And I was really, really working hard this week to try to get as much done as I could so my coworkers don't have to deal with the shit I'm dealing with while I'm gone, while they're covering for me. And I think I got a big win today. I should be all good on one front at least. I fucking hope I'm good on one front today. So that will be a big weight off my back. Probably the biggest problem I'm dealing with is hopefully solved. So, you know, here we are. Here we are trying to chill, you know. I saw your Demon Slayer video. I'm glad to hear that Demon Slayer is a favorite anime of all time. Yeah. Thanks for watching it. I'm glad you got the right takeaway from it. Thoughts on Demon Slayer? Made a video about it if you're curious. 10 million dates to Israel. Thank you, Max. Sorry, 20 trillion dates to Israel. Show new rings. What, you want me to show off all of my rings? I'll have to go get them. Let me go. Did you make the 4 Asian Men playlist? I did, actually. I did. Hang on. Let me grab it and I'll put it in the chat for anyone that wants to watch the 4 Asian Men playlist. Where is it? There it is. Sorry, I left it unlisted because I don't need that. But there you go. There's the 4 Asian Men playlist. I guess we're doing a ring review. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my rings if that wasn't clear. Mack, your Don's on a video convinced me to give the first episode a shot, and now I'm totally on board for more. That's great to hear. I'm really glad to hear that. That makes me really happy. Thanks for watching it. And thanks for checking out Don, because that was the point in that video, to get more eyes on Don. Not that they really need my help. The anime is doing very well, apparently. But all right, let's do a ring review. So I'll start with the rings that I pretty much always wear. Do you have one ring to rule them all? I have one ring that I wear consistently. So You have to get up close and personal with Captain Mack for a minute. So this is the ring that I wear the most. This is the ring that I wear every single day, and I have worn every single day since I was like 15. It's the back half of a fork, cut off at the end, and then shaped around a rod into my ring size. I actually made this ring myself in high school. I took jewelry classes. I was the only boy in the jewelry making class. It's not great. It's not a great, not super well made ring. I don't know if it'll pick up on the cameras, but there's a lot of scratches and marks across it because it's incredibly difficult to shape stainless steel with nothing but an acetylene torch. You have to get it like red hot, and then you have maybe like 4 or 5 good smacks with a hammer before it starts to solidify again. And it's really hard to bend it. So it's really marked up because I didn't do a great job of, making sure it was hot enough for me to bend it. And then, so when I made the ring, these 2 points like touched each other. Now they're like skewed, and I don't really know when that happened. I don't know what happened to make it warp like that, but so that's a ring I've been wearing for many, many years. There's Luna. She's here. This is pretty much the first ring I wore and still the one I wear every day. How do you get me into so many manga with your editing skills? I don't know, man. I'm just skilled like that, I guess. It makes me really happy that people take my suggestions for anime seriously. I really appreciate that. The warp ring. Metal contracted, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I also feel the need to personally thank you for your Demon Slayer video because for years I was so impressed with Demon Slayer but never figured out how to articulate it. You're welcome. I'm really glad you like that one too. It makes me really happy. I worked hard on that. What do you think of the Halo rebrand thing? I have literally no horse in that race. I don't really like Halo, I'm gonna be real. So but to be fair, I haven't played a lot of Halo. I've played a little bit of like Halo Reach. Well, no, so I played through the story mode of Halo Reach. I played Halo 3 back in the day with my friends. And I played a bit of Halo Infinite, but I'm not a big Halo guy, so. I read the whole thing in 2 days and went hunting for crit. Your video was the only one that didn't make me yell. Did you even read it? I hope it convinces some people to read. Are you talking about Demon Slayer? Hunting for criticism. Don. The only ones that didn't make me yell, did you even read it? Okay, Don. All right, well, I'm really glad you liked it. That makes me super happy. You got me into Don. Good. I'm so glad that so many people have gotten into Don because of me. That really, really makes me super duper happy. I like your One Piece video because it gives me ammo to denounce One Piece fans. I mean, that's not really its purpose, but Luna is here, guys. Second ring. This is another ring that I wear every day. It's a pretty simple ring. It's a silver ring. It's just got a simple kind of like chain design across it. It's a very simple ring. In my town, we have a farmer's market on Saturdays. It's actually not called farmer's market. It's called like the Saturday market. And there's this guy who sells rings at it. And this is a gift from someone who I was looking at the rings and they wanted to get me a ring. So they got me a ring. And I wear this one every day. It's nice. I need to polish it. I have a Dremel tool so I can polish my rings, but I haven't polished it in a bit. What's up, Uma? How you doing? For anyone coming into this in the middle, we're doing a bit of a ring review right now. I just got here before you ask. I'm playing Dark Souls 3. Sounds lit. I watched Demon Slayer Season 1, liked it, but never bothered to watch it afterwards. I watched your video on it. Pretty good video. Well, thank you, Tyre. I appreciate that, or Tier. I'm also one of those who got down because of your video. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Loved your Chainsaw video, and I've never seen anyone explain it as good as you did. Well, thank you, Beta. Thank you so much. How far are you into Trojan X, Mac? I asked if you read it on Twitter, and you said yes. I'm caught up. I just read the newest chapter. Was it yesterday or today? There was a new chapter recently. I read it. Never played the Halo games until the MCC made it to PC, and was so happy to finally get the series. More than 20 years after release, the first Halo game still holds up. That's cool. Any Naoki Urasawa videos coming our way? I don't have any plans for one, but never say never. I got other plans right now. A little more focused on Golden Kamuy. This is okay, so those are the 2 rings that I wear pretty much every day. Of the rings that I have in rotation, this is pretty much the one that I wear the most. I buy a lot of cheap used rings on Amazon that are probably made, not Amazon, sorry, eBay, that are probably made of subpar materials that the seller is lying about. You know, buy a lot of 925 silver that are probably not actually 925 silver. And this is one of them. It's because like you'll get a ring that's like slightly damaged. You'll get a ring with some scratches, some marks, some imperfections, but it'll cost like $50 compared to like 200. So if you want a bunch of rings that you like that aren't particularly fancy or nice, eBay's a good way to go. Could be any Chojin. What type of Chojin would you be? I'll be the editing Chojin, and it would let me edit videos like 95% faster. So this is kind of a nice, it's got like a Nordic knot kind of style. I like the black underneath the lines. Again, like it looks like I've been wearing it much longer than I have because I got it super scratched up, but it's a very nice quality ring. It feels really solid. I don't remember how much I spent on this, but it wasn't that much, and I really like the way it looks. So this is the ring. I wear this ring on my ring finger a lot. If you could choose to have hockey or awaken devil fruit, which would you choose? Devil fruit, and I would make it the video editing devil fruit, so I could edit videos like 95% faster. I have an irrational fear that if I wear a ring, it'll get stuck on my finger. I'll need to get my finger amputated. I haven't had that problem yet, but I'll let you know if something happens. Editing Chojin sounds OP now that I think about it. Would you rather have a Chojin X anime adaptation first or a Gachiakuta anime adaptation? I'm going to say Chojin X just because I haven't read Gachiakuta, but maybe if I read Gachiakuta, I'd want a Gachiakuta anime. It's on my list. I want to read it. Just haven't gotten around to it. I feel like there's a trend of your preferred powers. Because like, okay, I talked about this before. I really like power systems that like where the power is useful for more than just like combat. You know, one thing I really like about Devil Fruits in One Piece is that lots of characters who have Devil Fruits use them for way more than just combat. Like Luffy just uses his rubber fruit all the time, regardless of what he's doing. And same with Robin and her Hana Hana fruit. Like she's just always using it. And so I always like to think of like, I'm a passive person. If I was in one of these universes, I probably would not be a fighter. I'm trying to think of like what would be useful to me in my day-to-day life. I make videos. I try to think of powers that would help me make videos faster. So, you know. Not Demon Slayer, Dandadan. I wanted to hear people talk about it. In every other video I'd found ignored some of the best parts of the series, and your video did. So like, glad I found you. I'm glad to hear that. I put a lot of thought into that because I really tried to boil down what I like about that series. Now you've revealed Dandadan's power level. Which hidden gem is the new go-to for you? That's a good question. Probably which had to tell you, which is also going to be huge when it gets an anime. I guarantee it. Ring reminds me of Vinland Saga design on the weapons. Well, it's a very Nordic design, isn't it? It's very cool. I have read Kagurabachi. It's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Bungee gum has the properties of rubber and gum. Okay. Lazy ass stream. Where's the truck? Fuck you. Have you had Gokuraku? Yeah, I have. I like Gokuraku. It's interesting. Art is really good in that one. I'm always curious to see where the next chapter is going to go. Best underrated One Piece waifu. I feel like Perona has gained steam. Perona used to be like a really underrated One Piece girl, but now everyone really talks about her a lot. So I don't know. I haven't played Starfield's new DLC yet. I probably won't play it until I'm back from vacation. Okay, this is probably the ring that I wear the most after the like Nordic style one. It's just it's a silver ring, and it's got a nice like leaf design kind of wrapping around. I like the way that this one looks. I like the way that like hugs my fingy. It's a nice looking ring. Should I show you guys what these look like when I'm wearing them too, or just? It's a nice ring. I like the look of this one. The person who sold it to me, they clearly. They polished it before they sent it off to me. but they didn't do a good job of getting like the polishing material out of like the crevices of the ring. So I had to kind of clean it up when I got it. Do you heat your rings in the winter? No, I don't. Is that a thing I should be doing? Hand model Mack. Rage is not bad. Rage is not bad. I almost spent like $100 on Uto One Piece trading cards this weekend. You did? Just because of auto? Wow. Well, okay. I bought that one Pokemon card because it was drawn by the author of Land of the Lustrous, I guess. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs his theme music. No one man should have all that power. I have not read Fire Force. I watched the anime and it was okay. Do you heat your glasses into the winter? No, I don't. Would you rather be Blackbeard's right-hand man or an extremely ruthless celestial dragons? I guess Blackbeard's, but neither of them are good options, I wouldn't say. Sing my way. Okay, let's do these. So I really love the look of this ring. I love this ring. I wish I could wear it more, to be honest. So it's got just it's a very simple silver ring. It's got kind of like a braid design to it. And I love the look of this band. It's really, really nice. The only problem with it, I kind of bought it knowing it was a little too large just because I really liked the way it looked. But it is a little too large. And the only finger it really fits on is my right middle finger. It doesn't really fit on any other ones. It's a little too large for basically any of them. And I don't love having rings next to each other. So since I always have a ring on my right index finger, I can't really wear this ring because it only fits on this ring or on this finger. It fits on my left middle finger too, which you would think would be the same size as my right middle finger, but it's just a little bit smaller and it's a little loose, and I don't love it when it's like shifting around. So as much as I like this ring, I don't actually wear it that much. Mac, man, I'm out on a date right now, but I think she's an amalgamation of creatures parading in human skin. What do I do? Ask her how she would feel about collecting organs and just gauge the response to determine if you're right. And if you are right, just like signal to the waiter that you need some help or something. If you're not into it. If you are into it, then I say go for it, man. They had a collector's set that came with a deck box, sleeves, starter set, and binder with foils of all of her cards. Was that tripping, or was that one ring the steel protection ring from Dark Souls? No, the steel protection ring is like a signet ring, isn't it? Yeah. That's like a signet ring. I don't know rings that look like this. That's probably too large for my liking. If it covers my entire fucking segment of my finger, I'm not too into it. Do you heat your hair? I asked this before in chat, but do you have any Chojin X waifus? Not really. Where's your ring of favor and protection? Man, you guys are actually, that's a good idea. I should look and see if anybody makes like Dark Souls replication rings, because there's some Dark Souls rings that I would wear the fuck out of. So then the next ring that I have, it's very, very similar. It's the same style of ring. It's just smaller to fit my ring finger instead. But the problem is that this ring is lower quality, and the silver like started to tarnish not long after I got it. So I wear this one sparingly so I don't have to like clean it constantly. But this one is the perfect size for my ring finger. It fits really well on my ring finger. It's not great quality metal, so it tarnishes really easily. And I could probably find a way to protect it so I don't need to polish it constantly, but I don't really know the first thing about doing that. I love the government. Me too, Ian. I love when they take all my money. Is it possible to get that ring repaired? What do you mean repaired? What ring are you referring to? Are you referring to the big one that's too large? I could probably get it sized, yeah. But I just haven't. Bro, let's look now. Are we looking for... Okay, let's see if anybody's selling like Dark Souls rings. Etsy. Let's look up Etsy. I bet there's some Dark Souls ass rings on Etsy. Oh, yep. There's the ring of favor and protection. What do you know? Is my address shown on this site at all? I got to make sure before I show it. Yep, they have a ring of favor and protection. That's nice looking. It looks good. All their pictures are out of focus. But it looks good. Sterling silver. It's gold plated. I don't love gold plating because that's going to come off eventually. I'd rather just have a silver ring and not pay the extra for the gold plating. But it does look good. Okay, there's some photos from reviewers. It looks pretty good. It breaks permanently when you unequip it. That's true. That's where the gold plating comes in. What's your favorite character and ability shown in Choji Next? Sorry about all the Choji Next questions. Well, the thing is, I'm not so close to Choji Next that I would say I even have a favorite character. I guess I do really like Kurahara. I think he's interesting. I like the relationship between Kurahara and Azuma a lot. I think Azuma's power is really cool. He's probably my favorite character to see fight. I had the Dark Moon Ring from Dark Souls 3. That would be lit. That'd be epic. Dark Moon Ring. Here it is. Okay, so they got the Dark Moon Ring. There's another Ring of Favor and Protection. This one's a little like lower quality looking, but it might be better, made of better materials. It's cheaper though, so probably not. This one's brass. See, this one's brass instead of sterling silver that's gold plated. So the color would stay, which I would prefer personally. I got the Knight's Ring. The silver cat ring. That goes pretty hard. You love a good silver cat ring. Dark Moon Ring. Okay, we got some options in here. These look pretty nice. That Chloranthy is wild. Oh, I didn't even see that one yet. That's pretty good looking. That's pretty good. I like that. It's cheap. It's probably made of crap materials though. It's half the price of the gold-plated one. Yeah, because sterling silver and gold-plated is going to be way more expensive than brass. Brass is kind of a cheap metal, and it smells terrible. Oh, here, okay, there's a steel protection ring in here. Someone was asking about this. I could get a steel protection ring. Ooh, this one's got a little red jewel in it. What is that? Is that just glass? It's probably just glass, but it'd be nice if it was like a garnet. You could get a steel protection ring. Silver and gold don't react with your skin either. There's that too, yeah. I've seen a lot of Alexanders. There's a lot of Alexanders in here. Anyone made Moon and Star? What is that? Is that a ring? Hang on. Is that one that I don't know off the top of my head? I ain't seeing it. Looking it up. Dark Moon Ring, more like Dead Moon Circus. I have no idea what you're trying to reference here, bro. Perfect, Alexander. Okay, this next ring, it's costume jewelry is what they call it, meaning it's made of crap materials and probably won't last long, and everything on it is fake. So, it's got a nice green jewel in the middle, but it's made of glass, which personally, it'd be nice to have some rings with like some proper gemstones, but they're really expensive, so I don't mind glass jewelry personally. I actually don't really like the look of this one that much. I liked it when I bought it, but I didn't like it that much when I got it in person. But it does fit well. It looks okay. So, there's that. I was led to believe that there would be a comically large hamburger because of the thumbnail. I feel lied to. I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you by making you a really big burger some other time. A cement ring? That's concrete, baby. Damn, Matsukin coming in here with the cutting terminology. It does have a nice facet, doesn't it? I have another piece of costume jewelry that I like more. This one's a lot prettier, if you ask me. Again, it's glass. It's meant to look like an amethyst, but it's glass. That one's really nice. I like the look of this one a lot. And this one fits me pretty well. And I like the details on the side too. It's a pretty nice looking ring. I like this one. And I would say it's better quality than the green one. The materials are better, so it's probably gonna last longer. But this is another one where I haven't worn it that much and it's already starting to tarnish. So you can kind of see it on the band. I don't know if you can tell, it's starting to tarnish, but it's a nice ring. And that's my ring collection as of now. That's all my rings. Hi, Jess. Thanks for the $2. How are you? Welcome to the stream. By the way, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, you might as well get in there and do that. What are your thoughts on Chainsaw Man Part 2? The current chapters? They're good. I enjoy them. I'm excited for every new chapter. Curious to see where it goes next. Where Egypt? I'll log into my Etsy here, and I've been looking at rings on Etsy. Mostly I look at rings on eBay, but there's a few Etsy rings that I've liked. And I'll log into my Etsy here and see if it shows my address, and if it doesn't, then I'll show you guys the ones I've liked on Etsy. I'll have to see if it shows my address or my name. If it does, I'll just pull them up in like a private tab or something. I'm going wedding dress shopping on Saturday. Oh, that's exciting. Very exciting. Hello. They do feel like they're getting a bit too depressing. Well, I think... Oh, fuck you. I failed the CAPTCHA. How did I fail? There was crosswalks. How do you fail a crosswalk CAPTCHA? Screw you. Oh my God, how many buses do I have to click? Okay, we're in. It's okay. I'm not a robot. It's all good. Let's see. Okay. It appears that it does not show my address, which is great. So we can pull up some of the rings that I've liked recently. I'm just double checking that it's not going to show my like zip code or anything. Oh, that shows my card details, so we're going to go ahead and not show that. Just the last 4 digits, but still not something I need you guys to see, so we're going to pull it open in a private window. Hi, Bill. Thanks for the $2. I appreciate it, bro. That's super sweet of you. Are you involved in the Minecraft server that's being prepared on your Discord server? No, it's actually been prepared entirely. Oh, wow. Everyone's giving hi, Max. Okay. Hi, mods again. Hi, Green. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. Show credit card. You're no fun. I'm not involved with the Minecraft server at all. My opinion has been asked about for like designs of things, but they've just done that completely of their own volition, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Why does Etsy have your social security number? Discord server link. It's in the description of this stream. Hi again. Hello again, Jess. Thank you for the rejoin. I appreciate that. That's super kind of you. Anyway, so in reference to Etchery mentioning that Chainsaw Man is getting depressing, I think depression is a theme of Chainsaw Man Part 2 that needs to be kind of broken down. Hi, Green. Thanks for the rejoin. What's wrong with sharing your credit card info? I don't know. Hi, mods again. Thanks for the rejoin. I appreciate that. That's super kind of you. That's super nice. So this is a ring that I liked recently. You guys know I like piratey stuff. I kind of like the kind of not rustic, but like ancient vibe of this one, the ancient skull vibe. I like more simple rings mostly. A lot of the really, like, if you look up like pirate rings on Etsy, there's a lot of like fucking pirate captain skulls, and they're super, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Ostentatious, and it's a bit much for me. Like I think it looks nice, but I wouldn't personally wear something like this. Like this is too much, if you ask me. That's a bit much. Or a lot of these huge, like, I'm personally not into these like huge, like, I do want to get a ring like this, like a ring that looks like an octopus wrapped on your finger. This one's too large. I don't like the design of this one, but I do kind of like those. That's kind of nice. This is a weird stream. I didn't know you guys are so interested in my interest in rings. Tentacle motif is a cool idea. Yeah, so there's more simple ones that I like more. But it's just kind of cool, like the idea, it looks like the octopus tentacles are like wrapped around your finger, which is kind of nifty. Yeah, so I'd get something more simple like this. That's just like one tentacle or a couple. Oh, this one's nice. I haven't seen this one before. I like that. That's cool. You see these ring sellers on Etsy, they need to post pictures of people wearing them. I want to see what it looks like on the finger. You can never have just one tentacle. Subversive Mack Hansen pandering stream. All right, here's another pirate one that I liked. Shoot, I just copied the link that was just there. My bad. I like this one. I like that. So with me and like my pirate interest, it's not even so much as like an interest in pirates as a whole. It's more like an interest in like just nautical motifs. So I like this one because it kind of appeals more to the nautical motif with like the ship steering wheel and the anchor. I like the look of this one. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty nifty. The chain on the outside feels like a bit much, but I still like it. The rings make me hungry. I never ate octopus though. So I like the rope wrapped around the steering wheel. Like I like that. I like that. I think it's cool. And again, in the theme of me just liking nautical designs in general rather than pirates specifically, this is a cool like trident ring that I like a lot. I like the way that this one looks on the finger. That's a really nice design. I'm a big fan of that. Chain essential to Navy life. You're right. It just feels like it's a little too much with everything else that's going on with the ring, but I still like it. So this one I dig. What else have I liked? Well, this one's kind of cool. This one looks like the bow of a Viking ship, which is kind of nifty. See, it looks like the front of a ship a bunch of Vikings would sail on, you know? And I believe you can either get like a fake gem or get an actual garnet in this one. This one's probably too expensive for me to actually get, but like I like the way it looks on the fingy. Not looking at you, but I like. I can't zoom into this picture very far. Wait, hang on. There we go. I like the way it looks on the hand. It's nice. It's cool. It's a nice design. I like more simple designs that kind of suggest what they're trying to show you rather than just like being it, if you will. I like the way that you look on my thing. Sub goal for a nifty ring. All right, if we get 100K subscribers, I'll get a custom made Captain Mack ring. Don't know what it'll look like, but so what you're saying is that your objective on YouTube is to get big enough to buy a boat and move to the Caribbean. I've said like in my dream reality, I'm like I have a pirate ship and I'm just sailing the ocean and it's got internet in the ship and I just stream from like the bow of my ship. That's my dream come true. And oh my God, I would have like my captain's cabin and I would just film videos inside the cabin. You see like the ocean behind me as I talk and the whole thing would be like rocking back and forth as I talked about how Denji's super horny and Chance Man or something like that. And it would give some people like motion sickness, but it would be sick. It would be super cool. There wouldn't be any service out at sea. Starlink satellites. I'll call up Elon. He's my boy. Except for everything that he does that I hate him. But I'll get a personal Starlink satellite to follow my ship wherever I am around on the ocean, and I'll stream from there. Max ready for the climate crisis. He's gonna prep for a water world. Man, I hope Earth gets drowned and the whole world just turns into like an archipelago. I would just go sailing, bro. I would just go sailing. Hello from Serbia. What's up, Noel? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking on the way in. I appreciate that. You like subtlety. I do. Generally speaking, I enjoy subtlety, just as a general rule. Okay, so Bill was asking about Egyptian rings before. Here's an Egyptian ring for you. Except I just copied the link that was in place again by mistake. I'm such an idiot. Streaming from your power chip is an untapped market for sure. It would be so sick. It would be so cool. I am caught up with Vinland Saga, and I like it. I'm interested to see where it's going. I don't want to talk about spoilers though for the anime onlys. So this is an Egyptian ring that I like. This one's again a little more ostentatious than I'm super into, but it is really cool. I love like the scarab over here and my boy Anubis hanging out here. This is a nice looking. I love the shape of it. I like very geometric shapes. I like the shape of it a lot. It's a cool looking ring. It's a bit larger than the rings that I would normally buy, but I do like the look of it a lot. I like the design of it a lot. I know writers who use subtlety and they are all cowards. Who are you quoting when you're saying that? Who are you quoting? Try MF Doom ring. What, you want me to just look up MF Doom ring? Wouldn't it just be like the Doctor Doom mask? Yeah, it's just the Doctor Doom mask. I mean, it'd be cool, but I'm not an MF Doom listener, so, you know. Random wrong recommendation, but I think you should give the Pokemon Adventures manga a shoot since it's better than the Game Man anime in my opinion. Maybe. Perhaps. Man, Bill had no reaction to the Anubis ring. I don't think he liked it. I thought I saved this, but there are some cool like Eye of Horus rings. Not any of these. This is not something that I would get. Something like this. That's kind of nifty. I like that. This is a nice ring. Or a nice design at least. Wish it had more hieroglyphs. Damn. This is awful. Who would buy this? Would someone buy this? This looks like something you'd wear in a Cyberpunk game. That is so ugly. I would not buy that. I would. That's awful. That one's kind of nifty. If you could choose like what gemstone is in here. Doesn't look like it though. It looks like it's cubic zirconium and you're just stuck with it. We talk about manga a lot, but what are we talking about? Think about webtoons. I don't really read any webtoons. Looks like a nightmare to actually wear. Yeah, it'd get like caught on stuff. Okay, so here's an octopus ring. I saved 2 octopus rings that I liked. This one's very cool. I like the way it's kind of the tentacles are kind of wrapped around the gemstone, and I think this one lets you choose a gemstone. Yeah. Which gets very expensive depending on what you choose. An Australian opal. Now that would be a pricey ass jewel. But damn, it would look nice. About the new Digital Circus episode? I actually haven't watched it. And then I have another octopus gemstone ring that I like a lot. This one you can't choose the gemstone, but it's just got a nice design. The way that bro is pondering the fuck out of that orb, you know? Like, that's sick. I like that. I like the way it's like cradling it. I'm gonna go to bed. I thought a video came out, so that's why I joined the stream. Sorry to disappoint you, Noel, but have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. There's some cool berserk rings on Etsy. Probably just like the mark of the sacrifice. I don't think I would This is kind of cool. What is it? The Spear of Longinus, Spear of Long. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's kind of nifty. Evangelion ring. That's kind of cool. I like that. I wouldn't want to wear it because like I'm not like a huge Evangelion fan, and I wouldn't want people to like come up to me and try to talk to me about it because of my ring. But it is cool. Sukuna's eye spinning ring. I don't see it. It doesn't really look like one of his eyes, to be real with you. Oh, you can get like a Zod. You could kill someone with this ring. Are you kidding? Look at that horn. You could fucking hurt someone with this Zod ring, man. Damn. Can you Berserk ring? Oh, you want Evangelion? Gotcha. I mean, SEO be like, you know, SEO truly do be like that. They had a Jujutsu Kaisen one in there as well. All right, let's look up Bloodborne ring. It would probably just be like the one symbol, right? No, it isn't. Dude, what do these have to do with Bloodborne? Nothing. That one's the saw cleaver blade, but that's not a ring. Is that just? That's just the saw cleaver is what it is. That's not a ring. What's up, Arnav? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. There's nothing Bloodborne related on here. None of these are Bloodborne ass rings. Okay, that's pretty good. No, that's pretty good. I'm gonna buy this shirt and never take it off. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good shirt right there. They didn't even remove the Elden Ring in the background. They just put the onion rings on top of it. That's phenomenal. You gotta love how the edges just kind of end instead of being finding a way to mesh it with the shirt well. They did put the onion helmet on, which is kind of funny. Foul tarnished, in search of the onion ring. Someone must extinguish thy flavor. You want me to look up Battle Block Theater, like on Etsy? Is this gonna pull up porn somehow? Okay. So I looked up Battle Block Theater and I got Majora's Mask, Goose Game, One Piece World Map. Why am I Googling Battle Block Theater? I'm not going to Google Battle Block Theater. I'm sorry. That's all the rings that I had saved on my Etsy right now. Look up Germa ring. Okay. Let's see what happens when I look up Germa ring. Okay, we got the onion ring 4x4 prints. Buy 3, get 1 free Germa burger tapestry. Onion ring sticker. Burger buttons. Suskai sticker set. The sparkle on sticker. Wait, this goes so fucking... Wait, this goes so hard. The Los Pollos Germanos wall tapestry. No, hang on. Hang on. That goes hard. Do you think you get a tapestry with my design written at the top, or is that part of the design, or is it just part of this image? Is Etsy really all that different from like Temu's Last Wish? Okay, this... No, I would buy this. I would buy this. No, it actually it is a really real problem with trying to differentiate genuine sellers on Etsy from like just dropshippers on Etsy, and like a lot of the jewelry space too. Like it's, I go on Etsy because I want to find people that are actually hand making jewelry, but I guarantee most of the rings I just showed you, they're not handmade or special in any way. There's probably a dozen sellers that are all selling the same kind of ring and they're all buying it from the same source. Okay, you can get the trans Germa pins. Vampire Germa wall tapestry. That goes pretty hard. That goes pretty hard. You got to get that for your Breaking Bad essay. If I make a Breaking Bad essay, I will get it for that. I wish there was some way that Etsy had to verify actual hand makers versus people who are just reselling stuff on this website. But that wouldn't do them any service because then sellers would avoid their website. So there was some really nice crowd-funded 14 jewelry making rounds a year ago, or so ago. Interesting. The Mac eating cheeseburger image as a tapestry titled McDonald Burger. I'm going to start selling my shitty Photoshop thumbnails as tapestries that you guys can buy. Which thumbnails do you want? You want the 24-hour thumbnail, the hamburger thumbnail. Are your goods handmade? Yes. Prove it. How? Show hands. It would be a really difficult thing for Etsy to implement, but like you got to like go on their profile and it's like, okay, if they have like 300 plus products and all of the pictures are taken in completely different settings, and like that's an easy tell for dropshipping. Do you like rustic rings? I mean, it depends on the style. I would say yes, generally. I don't know. I've only recently, within the past year or so, started buying rings. For the longest time, it was just this one ring. But in the past like year, I've gotten more into rings, and I want to have a bunch of rings. I want to like wear a different ring every day kind of deal. You're telling me a hand made these goods? Just look for the fingerprints on the products. Easy. Well, I mean, I would expect that someone would shine and try to get the best quality of their products, but you know, I feel like it'd be a pretty reasonable process, the storefront application process. I mean, pretty much anybody can sell there. I don't know if there's much of an application process. I think you can just post on there. Okay, Bill has sent me an Etsy alternative called Artisans Cooperative. Let's see what they got on here. Let's go to jewelry. Let me just make sure it's not, okay, it doesn't have my location displayed. I never allow websites to use my location, but sometimes they get it anyway, and I don't know how. Can I look at rings? I want to look at rings specifically. I don't want to see necklaces, but whatever. That's a pretty good skeleton hand ring. That goes pretty hard. I like that. See, the fact that the pictures are not in focus properly, especially this one, makes me think that it is like a in-house production, like a decently small company or whatever. When they don't take good pictures, that's when you know it's probably a good product. Skeleton hand ring jerking your finger. I really wish you hadn't said that. That's terrible. That's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. I regret going onto this website while you were here. Ooh, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice, like a rope knot. That's kind of nice. If Etsy's supposed to be a handmade product market, why don't they have an option for you to ask for custom details like when you wished a certain gem on the ring. It depends on the seller. Some do. Some do allow that. But there are plenty of sellers on Etsy that are just drop shippers, and it can be hard to tell them apart. I don't want to see all these fucking. I don't wear necklaces. I don't see necklaces. When I look up jewelry, I want to see rings. Damn it. Etsy used to be that, but now it's like mostly drop shippers. Yeah, their standards definitely would have dropped at some point in favor of money. I don't think I would buy this personally, but it is a nice looking ring. Oh, this is the same person that did the skeleton finger ring. What else they got? They got some interesting Mjolnir designs. They like a Mjolnir ring. That might be kind of interesting. The cat ring from Dark Souls. What about it? I wonder if Etsy's a publicly traded company, because that would explain a lot about why that's gone downhill. That's nice. I like the way the band wraps around that. I like the way that they don't touch at the ends, but instead wrap around each other. That's cool. I had like a raven skull ring for years that I bought at a Renaissance festival. That was handmade, and it was really, really nice, and it broke years ago, and I was really depressed about it. Well, you got a scorpion ring, so you could feel like you're getting poisoned. Rib cage ring. See, now you can have a breastbone jerk in your finger. Probably a bit large for my liking, but. What about Monster Hunter rings? Monster Hunter rings. Etsy comes up first. What would you even get from this? Okay, so Brachydios toxin. What does this have to do with Brachydios? Is it just because it's kind of greenish? It's not bad looking. Okay, these guys are drop shippers for sure. If you see this like shit printed tank top in the same shop as jewelry, they're probably a drop shipper. But they only have a few items on here, so maybe not. But their pictures are taken in all kinds of different spots. Etsy's IPO was in 2015. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. Once you go public, it's like all promises of ethics are just out the fucking window. Shit. Fuck. If I ever like owned a company, I would do my absolute best to, like, whatever I would need to do to make sure I never have to go public would be my goal as a business owner. Because like once you go public, it's like the goal becomes exponential growth. It's like you can never stop improving profits. You can never be like, okay, we've saturated our market. We've done everything we can to make money. This is how much money we make. You know, you can never have that moment. You can never have that we're satisfied with where we're at moment. You have to constantly chase profits. And that means inevitably you will hit a point where you have to throw out some part of your ethics or mission. It's just impossible not to. I would pass that business off to the next owner or some shit. I would try to avoid going public. Co-ops are good. Yeah, I work with a lot of co-ops in my job. We work with a lot of co-ops. So co-ops are a good way to do it. Employee owned can be complicated. I don't want your necklaces or your earrings. Show me more rings, please. Is there product type? Digital good, physical good. Okay, that's not really helping out. I was hoping it would be broken down to like rings, necklaces, hamburger meat. I don't know. What do they got in the one of a kind? Hang on, I'm going to duplicate this. I want to see this one of a, because I really like the idea of having some jewelry that you can't find anywhere else. I like one of a kind stuff. So there's a good amount of one of a kind. So the assumption here, it's called one of a kind. If you buy it, no one else can buy it, right? They're not going to make more of them because that's not what one of a kind means otherwise. I would hope that's what the case would be. You got any one of a kind rings on here? Unsustainable growth in finite space is not feasible. Are you a fucking communist? What do you mean capitalism is inherently anti-consumer? It's a lot of necklaces. This is a weird stream. I'm just like browsing through jewelry. It wasn't really what I envisioned for this stream, I'll be honest with you. There's no fucking rings, man. I have derailed the stream yet again. I mean, if people are into it, then cool, whatever. But I didn't really expect that. I thought I'd be sitting here talking about him or something. What do you mean capitalism is ultimately pro-monopoly and the myth of competition breeding innovation is a farce covering up the race to buy out the others first? Nah, bro, trickle-down economics. It's real, and it actually happens. And it's not an idealistic dream that would never be reality. What are you talking about? I hate the world. I want to burn the world down. I don't know about anyone else. I'm going to call up Biden and have him just cause enough natural disasters to melt Earth. Shopping and stream and dress up could be a thing. So we do one stream where I let chat choose a bunch of clothes for me, and another stream where we just wear it. You guys would dress me up in some fucked up shit. That wouldn't work, but dress to impress. Man, Charity's been telling me to play Dress to Impress for a little while. What if we did IRL Dress to Impress, but chat chooses what I wear? You guys would just get me in some fucked up shit. You'd have me wear like half naked. I don't trust you guys to choose clothes for me at all. I would not do a stream like that. It'd be funny, but I wouldn't do a stream like that. I would keep adding layers. Like an ogre, I will soon be covered in layers. So yeah, Germany on heading up for Germany on Saturday. I need to figure out some games to install on my Steam Deck. I've got Sekiro on there because I want to practice playing Sekiro, but that's the kind of game I don't want to be sitting playing for like 9 hours on a flight. So I need some other games. I got Dead Cells, Vampire Survivors. I added Hollow Knight. But I'm trying to think of what other games I would want for a long flight. Gunfire is easy. Yeah, but Gunfire is an FPS, and I can't do FPSs on a controller. It just makes me want to die. Robot Quest is the same deal, so. Monster Rancher. I want to say Monster Rancher for a stream, though. feel like that'd be a really fun stream thing. Bomb Rush could be good. I was thinking I could do Animal Well. I wanted to stream Animal Well, but at this point, I don't think I'm going to get around to it. So Animal Well might be a good option. My boss is a Futanari. The is a Futanari, that Dodeca trilogy. Dodecilogy? I don't know how you would call that. I feel like Dragon's Dogma would be fun, but it would not run on a Steam Deck, I doubt. And I don't want to play that off stream anyway. I think I need a good mix of games that are going to be like pretty engaging and games that are going to be a little chill. I also have the Dune audiobook. There's more than one. What? Yeah. Okay. Let me pull up the full list. Okay. Okay, so I have my boss is a Futanari, my doctor is a Futanari, my pet sitter is a Futanari, my stepmom is a Futanari 1, 2, and 3, my stepsis is a Futanari, my therapist is a Futanari, and my yandere is a Futanari. By the same team, but not using the same naming conventions, we also have Futanari Vampire Girlfriend and Futanari of the Amazon. So there you go. You have them? Yes, I have them. I got all of them as a gift for my birthday a couple years ago. A friend gifted every single one of them for my birthday, which was very nice of him. I'm thinking I want to avoid games that I haven't played before on Steam Deck. I'm trying to think of games that I either have played before or that I can play pretty chilly, because on a flight, I don't think I'll be able to dedicate enough attention to like actually learning a game or whatever. Friend gifted. There's a clip. I have proof. I have the receipts of my friend gifting them to me. Because I showed him on stream. I thought it was really funny. I think it's on Maki-chan. I think it's like the most popular short on that. Yeah. 2012 Futanari games.
Today is my birthday, and my good friend Jake decided to give me a birthday present. What did he give me? 12 different hentai Futanari games. We've got Futanari of the Amazon. That one's actually weird. That one has an unconventional name. You'll see what I mean. My stepmom is a Futanari. My stepmom is a Futanari 2. My stepmom is Futanari 3. My stepsis is a Futanari. Futanari Vampire Girlfriend. That one's pretty bad. That one should really be my vampire girlfriend is a Futanari. My therapist is a Futanari. My boss is a Futanari. My yandere is a Futanari. Pretty excited about that one. My doctor is a Futanari. And my pet sitter is a Futanari. What a great friend for giving me these, honestly. What an incredible present for this most holy days, the day of my birth. Today,
Captain Mack Futanari is one of my most repeated YouTube searches, and this is a real fact. That goes hard. All right, I just got a gift from Green. I don't know what it is. Fields of Mystria. Wait until you finish your video so you wouldn't get distracted, but I figured this would be a good plain game. Hope you don't get sick like me. Well, thank you, Green. That's so sweet. This is actually one of the games I was thinking about getting for my flight, so that was very kind of you. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. What did I just join to? Well, we're just chilling. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. We're just hanging. We're just vibing. We're just balling. I am balling. I am gaming. I just joined. What is happening? Don't worry about it, Pete. Don't worry about it. What's going on today? How you doing? I want to play Disco Elysium. I don't want to play it on the plane because I want to like dedicate attention to that. Because you got to think in mind. The other issue is whatever I play on the plane, I'm then not going to play at all for like 2 weeks. So it needs to be like games that I can like don't have to dedicate a ton of attention to. You play Age of Empires 2? I actually haven't. I'm not into strategy games. I'm trying to get into strategy games. So I bought Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition because I know it's like a classically beloved strategy game, but I haven't actually played it yet. So I have not seen Uzumaki. I heard the animation fell off pretty hard, which is disappointing. Sad to see. I have Persona 4 Golden. I will not play it on the flight. I need to pay attention to that game.
No StarCraft 2 co-op though. But RTS is not the same as like Age of Empires. Age of Empires is RTS. Well, never mind. But I heard it was largely a funding issue. I think it was a combination of funding and like production hell stuff, because they were working on it through COVID and COVID kind of messed them up. AC6 isn't a bad option. I don't think I want to do AC6 and Sekiro, but maybe, I don't know. Pacing an Uzumaki anime is what annoys me. They just fucked with the order to get cliffhanger first episode. Do not be afraid of learning curve. Just play the campaign. It will teach you all you need to play and enjoy it. I'm not afraid of the learning curve. It's more that I'm just not that into strategy games. Like I said, I bought it because there are certain genres of video games that I'm not that into, but I'm a very open-minded person and I want to find games that get me into that stuff, right? So Persona has kind of been like the JRPG series that has gotten me interested in other JRPGs. Now I'm interested in trying SMT. I want to play ReFantazio, or Metaphor. I want to play, I'm interested in Sea of Stars. So, that was my like gateway drug that has opened my mind up a bit more to JRPGs. So I'm trying to find like the strategy game that will get me into strategy games. So I bought Age of Empires 2 for that purpose, but I haven't played it because I just am not that interested in playing strategy games and I can't really motivate myself to play it. So it's not the learning curve that's preventing me from playing it. It's just actual personal interest. I haven't played Metaphor's demo because, again, like Metaphor comes out tomorrow and then I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks and I won't be able to play it at all. So I didn't want to play the demo and get super into it and then not be able to play it. So I'm just going to wait until I'm back from Germany and then I'll play it. What's your favorite food? I love a good burger. I got to be real. I'm such an American. A burger is just my ultimate comfort food. I love a good burger. Have you heard that the people who made Persona came up with a game with a completely new IP? Yeah, Metaphor. We're talking about it right now. Is there a game you really want to play but just can't get into? I really, really want to experience... Well, okay, there's two answers I'd say. Red Dead 2 and The Witcher. I want to play those games to find out about the story that everyone speaks so highly of. But God, I fucking hate the way that game plays. I just hate it. Both of them. I don't like the way they feel to play, and it makes me not want to play them at all. Puzzle game of choice. I think the Talos Principle games are probably my favorite puzzle games. Talos Principle 1 is phenomenal. Talos Principle 2 is also fantastic. They're very different, but both amazing. I cannot recommend Disco Elysium enough. I will play it. I want to play it. I do. I just haven't yet. I own it. I just haven't. Just stopping in to say hi, like the stream. Not sure if I'll have much time to stick around tonight, but hope you guys have fun. Appreciate you, Gimli. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. I started and dropped Red Dead 2 so many times I wish I loved it. Me too. Me too. I have played through the intro of Red Dead 2 probably 4 times. And I just hate how it feels. It feels horrible to play. Just read the books, lol. Oh, the Witcher books? I guess I could. From what I've heard, the books are better anyway. Favorite kind of burger? What do you like on it? I like a very just traditional plain burger. I like a patty. Actually, I guess it's not so traditional. I like mustard and ketchup, but I prefer to do ketchup and mayo. Mayo on a burger goes hard if you haven't tried that. And then tomato. I don't like lettuce. Lettuce is a nothing food. Lettuce exists to add texture, but it has no flavor, and it just gets in the way of flavor, if you ask me. So I don't like lettuce. I don't want lettuce on my burger. I guess you could put spinach on a burger, and I might like that. But I like a very simple burger. I like the meat to be the focus. That's chapter 79 of Don Don. Gigi's my favorite character. Damn right he is. You're damn right he is.
Glad to hear it. Does Spore play good on a gamepad? I have no idea. I've never played Spore. Bun, sesame seed, no sesame seed. I don't really love sesame seed. Not big on that. The real question is, what order do the ingredients on the burger go from top to bottom? I don't know. I guess I like the patty on bottom usually. Oh, and cheese. Cheese on the burger. I forgot to mention that. Cheese on the burger. Pepper jack is probably my favorite cheese to put on a burger. Lettuce is a good tweener texture and the water helps. Shoot me. I will. I will. Ira's great too. Ira's good. You got to learn to just turn your brain off and enjoy Red Dead gameplay. Well, see, the thing is, the game has to turn my brain off. If I don't enjoy how it feels to play, then that's not going to happen. For me, like a game feel is so important when I'm playing a game. Like a game really has to feel nice to play. If I feel like the game is fighting me at every instance, it makes me not want to play it at all. You know, the like Arthur responds to every input so slowly. It's like you have this like startup walking animation, slow down walking animation. It takes him forever to pull out his gun. It takes him forever to shoot his fucking gun. It takes him forever to pick something up. It's like it's so slow. It's so unresponsive. I need it to be really reactive. And I need it to really just respond to me immediately. And it's like I know why they do it. Like it's very cinematic to have the character like ease into walking, ease into slowing down. But as a player, that is not what I want. That is not what I want. I press W, he starts moving, and he doesn't stop until I say stop. That's what I need. I really prefer that. Play Ultra Kill then. I will, eventually. But the horse balls shrink in the cold. What more could you want? A little less fucking tutorials? The game has so many fucking tutorials. Every 2 seconds it stops to teach you something. I can't understand almost nothing right now. Okay. I don't know what that means, but sorry. Guilt the Deathless. I think I looked at that recently. Did I look at that? It sounds familiar. Guilt the Deathless. Okay, I did not look at this. This I feel like the name sounds familiar, but I didn't look at this at any point. Mack was right down, did not make me cry. Mack on point with his takes. Who could have seen it coming? What's up, Maharaga? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Ultra Kill is a really responsive shooter, but I feel like it's a bad comparison to Red Dead 2. Not really the same genre other than guns that kill things. I mean, I don't think they were making a comparison. I think they were just saying, like, if you want a responsive game, that's a responsive game. Did I get banned from the DC or why can't I? You got banned. You got banned. You kept posting that spread your legs gif like 4 times in 10 minutes. I don't remember what your Discord description said, but it was very not safe for my server. So sorry. Play Yokai Watch. I have one of the Metro games. I don't know which one. I am interested in them. I do want to try them. I can explain. You're welcome to if you want. Do I get banned if I suggest Deadly Premonition? Did he maybe do it? See, that's the kind of joke that keeps you banned, not unbans you. Premonition. Why do I have Deadly Premonition ignored on Steam? I don't know why I have this game ignored. I must have ignored it a long time ago, but Deadly Premonition is under the ignored category on Steam. All I play these days is Impressions games, City Builders, Impression games. I'm not sure I know them, but I like a good city builder. I like City Skylines. City Skylines 2, I actually haven't played much, but it didn't seem great at launch. Manor Lords is pretty fun. I like Manor Lords. I don't love the strategy element to it. I prefer to just the city builder elements, but. Or you like the ghost hoodie you have on your YouTube thumbnail? Thank you. It is unfortunately not for sale anymore from the people that made it, but I like that hoodie a lot too. I think Steam ignores stuff on your behalf sometimes. Really? See, I was going through, the thing is I used to ignore a lot of games on Steam that I like look back at now and I'm like, I don't think I should have ignored that. We did this on stream a while back. We found my ignored list on Steam and went through it. And I was like looking at like games that I ignored years ago. And I was like, why did I ignore this? I don't know why I ignored this. So you can tell I just fucking hate Star Wars. So the first things that I ignored on Steam, the first things on my ignored list are Star Wars Republic Commando, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Classic 2005. A little bit further down, you get Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Empire at War Gold Pack, whatever that is. Bro fucking hated Star Wars. Lego Star Wars, Complete Saga. Don't ask me why I ignored these games. You don't gotta be like, why did you ignore Knights of the Old Republic? That game is so good. I don't have an answer for you. This was past Mack that did this. This was like 2014 Mack that did this. I don't think I've clicked ignored in like 8 years. And there are newer games that are in my list. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I know I used to ignore tons of games. Tons and tons of games. I would just ignore them constantly. And a lot of them were like, they didn't fall under the genre of games that I like. And so now that I'm older and I'm trying to get into the genres that I don't like, I like look through my ignored and I'm like, shit, I should have ignored that. Ooh, excuse me. KOTOR is literally D&D. You play Starfield, but not KOTOR. Again, I just said, I'm not going to justify it. This was past Mack. Go in the past and blame him. He was an idiot. I'm not explaining his actions. That was past Mack. I take no responsibility for that. I know KOTOR is a very beloved game. I understand. Okay, I get it. I know. Mack, I have a deal. What do you want, Mahoraga? I have not played Shin Megami Tensei. I want to play SMT5 Vengeance. I have a feeling I won't be into them, just because it's kind of a more harsher or hardcore RPG series than Persona. I like the more casual aspects of Persona. I like being able to end fights in one turn, but I do want to try it to see if I'd like it. What if I never use that oil up GIF and you'll unban me? I have a feeling there's some vibes here that just don't match. I'm gonna be real with you. Past Mack probably didn't play Truck Sim. I want to say I got Euro Truck Sim in like 2016 after watching a Brutal Moose video. So I don't think that's right, actually. Let's see. When did I purchase Euro Truck Sim? Euro Truck Simulator 2 I bought in June 20th, 2014, which was like a year after I opened my Steam account. So I've been playing Euro Truck for a really, really long time. You guys ever watch Brutal Moose talk about Euro Truck? This was a weird video for him. It was only 2 minutes long? Why do I feel like it was so much longer?
I've not seen such bravery.
What a boring idea for a game. Who woke up one day and said, you know what, this world really needs a truck driving simulator.
Fuck you, Brutal Foods!
And this isn't one of those funny, silly simulation games. This is the real deal. Pick a route, drive a truck, park the truck. Thrilling. You know, I used to like driving, back when it was new and exciting to me, but nowadays I'll avoid it whenever I can. I could have a winning lotto ticket and I'd still say, I have to drive somewhere to redeem this? So Euro Truck Simulator 2 is not a game that's directed at me. I mean, how could it be? And yet, I can't stop playing it. I just wasted how many hours? I literally cannot come up with an...
If, by the way, I feel obligated to do this because I'm kind of doing a React Annie right now. If you guys don't watch Brutal Moose, I do recommend him. He has one of the most abstract editing styles you will ever see on YouTube. Like, he's just gotten fucking weird with it. Like, immediately, like, what's going on here?
Hello everybody, it's me, Chef Ian Brutal Foods, and welcome to the Instant Ramen Showdown. I'm gonna stand here and eat a bunch of sweaty noodles, and you're gonna watch me because you don't have a choice. It's mandatory viewing for everybody, so.
So I recommend Brutal Moose. He makes funny videos, and seriously, like, just weird editing in his videos, which I love.
Just settle in. I got a big old box of a variety of different ramens here. We got Mama Pho, I got Sapporo Ichiban, I got Pho.
It's so hard to recommend his content nowadays, not because it's bad, but because it's near impossible to describe what he does. His videos are so weird, but they're hilarious. Like, they're just so strange.
Oh, you're probably wondering, do I have extra spicy bulldog? Well, I sure do. Let's, got a lot to eat, let's noodle. All right, so first up.
Like, it's just so strange. His editing is just so weird. I love it.
Is the Niche Labode vegetarian instant ramen noodles. Ooh, yeah. A little bit garlicky.
Like, just a screenshot of this. A screenshot of this, like, right here is like, what is this? How do you explain this to someone? How do you explain what Brutal Moose is to somebody with this? You know? Who is this guy again? His name is Brutal Moose.
Explanation for...
And I've been watching this guy for many, many, many years.
Why this game is so addicting. It just is. And it's not like I'm going around trying to wreck my car or be goofy or something. I'm playing it legit. I'm using my turn signals. I'm stopping at red lights. I'm not always obeying the speed limit, but this cargo has to get there ASAP, okay? If you're on a long run...
So I bought Euro Truck Sim on a Brutal Moose recommendation many years ago. At least you can explain him. Good luck explaining Maxor. I don't know enough about Maxor. Like what? Like look at this thumbnail. Motherfucker's dressed like Pajama Sam.
Next up, it's an episode of Brutal Foods. But first, a brand new Gamer Guy review.
I think he happens to also use Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound! So I have the license to use the music that he's using. That's lit.
I love video games. I once traded a human child for a copy of Star Fox 64.
Like, okay, I want to break down this scene. Okay, so he's green screened himself, but he only green screened the torso up, so he put legs on himself for this scene outside of a GameStop that he's talking about. Like, it's just so weird and funny.
And I'd do it again, even for a much worse game and with a way less shitty kid.
Hot Dog King. Now that's a classic. Anyway, I'm kind of just doing a React Annie right now. But the point is, your boy's been a Euro Truck Sim sim player for many years. Many years. Mac, another deal. What if I share your DC server to everyone I know? You will then unblock me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I actually do not advertise my own Discord server because I don't really want it to grow. The bigger it grows, the less I enjoy being a part of it. I'm gonna be so real with you, because eventually it becomes a lot of noise. So I intentionally do not advertise my own Discord server. It's like I want it to stay as small as possible for as long as possible. Hey Mark, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking on the way in. I appreciate that.
Why is everyone talking about Mack Zor? Talk about Captain Mack. Everybody liked the stream. What's up, Crabman? How you doing? Hey, Crabman. My name is Earl. Why are you itching your ear? Are you itchy? Do you have a response to the allegations for the viewers, Mama? You look sleepy. Are you tired? Are you going to go back to sleep after I stop talking to you? You're itching again. Why are you so itchy? Chat, Luna is currently itching the fuck out of her ear. I don't know if the microphone's blocking her now or what. Oh, she's going back for more. She's going back for more. Is that the last one? Are you good now? Oh, hang on. I think she's going to do it again. I just have a sixth sense about this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, she's good. She's done. She's done scratching. It's 3 a.m. where I live and I can't fall asleep, so I came here. Well, hey, there's not really a lot of a point to this stream. We're just kind of doing it, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's like a just chat. Is this the first full on just chatting stream I've done? Maybe the 2023 recap stream I did last year. Mac over here talking about his Discord that I won't join. That's fine. I'm doing good, just procrastinating. What are you procrastinating on? What do you need to be doing? What's your favorite video you've ever made? I think the Chance Man video still. Although the Starfield series, I'm super proud of the Starfield series. The Starfield series might take the Chance Man's place if I give it a little room to think about it. Because especially part 3, there's like parts of that script that are like so strong that I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? I'm like, is this me? Did I do this? Who did this? You know? But for the longest time, it's been the Chance Man video. Where's the top? You got a manga you believe deserves an anime adaptation? Well, Witch Had to Tell You already got confirmed for an anime, so there's that one. Making a video game and I'm having a difficulty figuring out a bit of code, but I'll figure it out later. Okay. All right. Kick a grab, man. All right. I've audibly yelled fucking exactly so many times during the Starfield video. That's awesome. Damn, the dude who wrote this is a genius. But like really, it's like a weird feeling. I feel very like proud of that script and it's like I don't know. I just like the last video, especially part 3, is like there's so many strong lines in that script that I'm like, how did I even come up with that? I'm like, did I write that? Who wrote that? I don't give myself enough credit. I don't think. I think I'm a stronger writer than I think I am, but I think I'm good with words. I'm good at choosing appropriate words to get my point across. You ever heard of Golden Combo? Yes, I have. I've been working on a video for Golden Combo for a long, long time. Putting a lot of effort into that one. I really want to do it justice. Your name is in the video. You give yourself enough credit. No, but I mean, it's a thing with creatives. We all hate our own work. You know, we're all our biggest critics. There's a lot of ways that I can improve and a lot of things that I'm constantly working on to try to make my videos better. But with the Starfield videos, it's like usually the way that I feel usually is that I feel much better about my praise videos than my criticism videos. Like I always feel more proud of the videos where I'm praising something, like Vinland Saga, Chainsaw Man, Berserk. Those are videos that I'm very proud of. Whereas with stuff like Demon Slayer in the adaptation video. It's like, I am proud of those videos, but I wouldn't consider them to be like my favorite videos that I've made. But with the Starfield video, it's like, even though it's a criticism style video, I'm still extraordinarily proud of it, and I feel really good about it. So it is legitimately, I think, one of the best videos I've made. Kagura Bachi, I want to get an anime. I love the dynamic posing, the character writing, art style is amazing, cool story fights, power system is simple but not overcomplicated, amazing first antagonist. I think it's okay. I would watch a Kagura Bachi anime. I wouldn't be excited about a Kagura Bachi anime. Should I watch or read Dandadan? Both. Yeah, both. Do both. Do you watch a Golden Kamuy movie? I have not watched the live action. No, I have not watched the live action. And the talk video was fantastic. Well, thank you, Dissident. I appreciate that. I'm very, very proud of that video. My hot take is that Bethesda games post Todd aren't that good. I don't think that's a hot take anymore. Honestly, I think people are kind of seeing him for the director that he is. You should feel proud about Starfield video because you're in the right. This game fucking sucks. I don't think it's about being in the right. I just think it's more about like how well I presented my case. You know, I learned a lot from the Demon Slayer video. The Demon Slayer video is not perfect. There are things I would have done differently if I were to do it today. But, you know, I took a lot of what I learned from the Demon Slayer video and applied it to the Starfield video, where I feel like it's such a better, stronger criticism overall as a result of it. Not to say that I think my Demon Slayer video is like a bad criticism or anything like that. There's things I could have done better. And I feel like the Starfield video is such an improvement on my abilities as a critic that I'm very proud of it. I'm going to go now sleep, but if you start a live, I'll be there watching. All right, Maharaga, I'll see you later. Have a good night. Work on not being so weird, and we'll talk about that on ban. Are you interested in a video about how JoJo is a pillar of homoerotic masculinity in a sea of booba waifus? No, I don't think I'll make a video about that, but I want to watch your video on Berserk and Vinland Saga, but I don't want to get spoiled for those pieces of media since I plan on watching / reading them. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. But I hope if you do ever get around to watching them, you let me know what you think. So, anyway, all that's to say, I'd say Chainsaw Man is probably the video that I'm the most proud of, but a couple months from now, the answer might change to Starfield once I've had some space to kind of think about it and consider how I've done it as a job with them. What's up, Chalky Man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking on your way in. You see the Berserk fan animation? I saw them get called out by the rights holders and have to stop. That's what I saw. Do you watch any non-animated shows? Think Breaking Bad, Generation Kill, or Band of Brothers. I do watch non-animated shows. I've watched Breaking Bad. I think it's one of my favorite shows ever. Better Call Saul is fantastic. Green and I are watching The Sopranos right now. Sopranos is really good. There's no type of media that I'm not at least somewhat interested in. I would never be like, it's not anime. I ain't gonna watch it. How do you feel about the people who say stuff like X sucks and if you like it, you have bad taste? Let's be the most annoying people. I agree. I think it's fine to express your opinion, but to put down other people's opinions is obnoxious. I didn't see that. Kind of sucks. It's pretty decent for what it was. It happens. They didn't have permission to make it, you know. You got to appreciate how dedicated Berserk fans are, but at the end of the day, you can't just take someone's copyrighted work and make your own thing out of it. It just kind of doesn't work. Your video on Nice Cry I watched and related so hard to it because I watched the first season, then dropped it because it got too hard to watch. Thank you for watching that video. That's a very underrated video or an underappreciated video in the Captain Mack verse, I think, but I'm still very proud of it. So I'm glad you liked that. Go watch Mad Men to complete the Trinity. Stereotypically aspired masculinity being deconstructed through the series. I am interested in Mad Men. I think that'd be an interesting show to watch. Junji Ito now belongs to the prestigious, unadaptable rank of mangaka next to Miura-san. Yeah, yikes. That dude who wrote that Nizuka video is a genius. Yeah, whoever wrote that video, I can't remember who I asked to do that, but what are you planning on doing a video on next? Well, Starfield Shattered Space. There's like a decent likelihood that I'll cover that. I won't know for sure until I play it. Maybe I'll play it and I'll be like, I have nothing interesting to say about this. But I think a Starfield Shattered Space video is not out of the realm of possibility. I'm going to return to working on Golden Kamuy. I spent about 4 months at the beginning of the year working on a Golden Kamuy video. And then I pivoted to working on Starfield once it kind of became clear to me that Golden Kamuy was a really big project that was going to take me a really long time to make. So I'll probably return to working on that and try to get it going. Yeah, that'll probably be the main focus after this. You know, the Nizuka video is probably one of my favorites. You just dying in the middle of it is the best. Well, thanks, Marzak. I appreciate that. I think it's one of the funniest videos I've written. Now, I will say, I feel like my comedy writing has really improved on my last two videos, on Starfield and on Dandadan. I feel like I really nailed my style comedically, which has been a good feeling because I always feel like comedy has been my weak point. But I think Starfield is one of the funniest videos I've ever written. But the Nizuka video is really strong comedy-wise, if you ask me. I have read Land of the Luscious. I love Land of the Luscious. It's a great video. Great video? Did I say video? Great series. Sorry, I kind of got jumbled up in my thoughts. Shadow Space is like 6 quests. Yeah, that's the thing. If I did it, from what I understand, if I was to play and do a video about Shattered Space, it would probably be like a 15-minute long video given the length of the DLC. Not against another Starfield video, but why don't you treat yourself to an actually good RPG? I plan to. I did. I just finished Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. That was a good ass DLC. That's how you make a goddamn DLC, Bethesda. Although Cyberpunk's really more action adventure, but it's got RPG elements. I have read every chapter of Land of the Luscious. I'm caught up to the last chapter. I don't think you feel like your Demon Slayer video is your best, but it's my favorite one because of the bone I have with it. I don't think it's a bad video. It's just like not my personal favorite, if you will. I'm proud, like from Nisekoi on, like if we look at my catalog of videos, I'd say everything past Nisekoi I'm very proud of. Let's look. So Death Stranding is like, I had good points in that video, but I did a very bad job of explaining them. I don't really stand by this video anymore. Japan and America on Godzilla, I still feel very good about. That's a good video. This video sucks. Mastery in video games. Why Dark Souls is so loved. This video fucking blows. Terrible video. Don't ever watch it. How music changes the game. I like, so everything past how music changes, like everything, how music changes the game onward. I'm very proud of everything I've done. I am proud of every one of these videos. It's just that I have my favorites, if you will. I have ones that I'm more proud of than others. What's the worst video you've ever made? This one. Why Dark Souls is so loved. This video fucking sucks. This video blows. This video is so bad that I completely changed how I release videos. You want to know why I don't upload for months at a time? It's because of this video. Because until I made this video, I was releasing videos weekly. And I was releasing video essays monthly. And then I made this video, and I felt so shitty about it that I was like, from now on, I'm not releasing a video until I feel good about it. So if you ever wonder why I don't release videos for months at a time, it's because I made this video and it fucking sucked and I hated it and I could have done it better. Dark Souls of Captain Mack videos. Maybe it needs a remake. So I want to make set videos about like the Dark Souls series of games, and that would kind of be me rehashing the ideas that were in this video. You've really improved in video making, and I respect that. Thank you, Het Pete. I try to make each video better than the last as much as I can. I'm going to watch the Dark Souls video. I'm going to like it just to spite you. Listen, if you watch the Dark Souls video and you think to yourself, man, this video sucks. Mack really fell off. Like, you're right. This video fucking blowed. It sucked ass. I completely changed my approach to videos after that. The editing in the Starfield and Dawn Down is a huge overall improvement. Thank you, Bill. I think so too. I think I learned a lot between like here and here. So who was it? That was just talking about it. I'm sorry. I already forgot who was mentioning this. Mr. Word. So Mr. Word, it's not to say that I dislike my own Demon Slayer video. It's just not my favorite. That's all it is. I'm very proud of this video. I think it's a great video. There are things that could have done better. Definitely. There's a lot that I learned from this video. I've improved a lot as a critic and as a video creator since I made this video, but I'm still very proud of it. All of these videos I'm proud of. Knowing that like I learn things from every video. Every video has things that can be improved upon. And the more time passes, the more I see things that could have been improved upon. But I'm still very proud of all of them. Burke video was 3 years ago. It sure was. Sure was. What was this? This 2021? That was 3 years ago, right? I believe it was 2021.
Probably not. But if you told me I could have one, fucking
2021. Bro, I'm aging. It's my first favorite. I just figured it wasn't yours. Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's a video that I'm very proud of, but it's not my favorite. So Chainsaw Man has been my favorite video for a long time because there's just a lot of really creative ideas I had with this one in terms of presentation.
Since devils grow stronger through.
I like the order of events that I talked about it. I like the door metaphor thing. Chainsaw Man spoilers and my Chainsaw Man video spoilers in particular. I think like the way I presented Aki versus Denji was like, it is to this day probably one of my favorite things I've ever done in a video. Like just the presentation of all of that, I think was some of my best work yet. I love the comments that I've gotten on this video from people being like, dude, the doorbell rings gave me PTSD. I'm like, good. I re-traumatized you. You're welcome.
Denji awakes to someone incessantly ringing his doorbell. He goes to answer the door, but Pochita warns him not to.
Presentation of Dark Souls Devil is fantastic. Yeah, that was a really good animation I did. There's like presentation wise, like the ideas I had for this script, the ideas that I had for the presentation. I think that's what makes it my favorite video. It's just like some of the ideas I had, I look at to this day and I'm like, that was brilliant. That was brilliant the way I did that. Rate Life Force song? I don't know what that means. If I was to pick a favorite animation for this video, it would have to be the intro segment, I think. But I'm really proud of a lot of the animations I did. I tried to kind of channel some of this energy into the recent Dawn to Dawn opening. I kind of wanted to recapture some of that magic. And I'm very proud of the intro to this video too. It's a massive improvement in terms of my ability to like animate manga panels. YouTube bitrate destroying my animations.
Kaidan, Kidan, Taiken Don.
Ah, fucking YouTube bitrate. I saw something funny at the arcade the other day. Oh yeah? Adobe Devil. I personally love the transitions of the manga panels that add a level of immersion. Yeah, there was a lot I did with like the Villain Saga video too, especially the way I animated manga panels in the Vinland Saga video. I thought was really strong. Like this scene comes to mind. Yeah.
Thorfinn treatment for his wounds and apologizes for everything.
Like I loved the way I did
Thorfinn
this.
really minded to begin with.
I think I would have done some of it differently today. The timing on that was a little awkward, but it's still pretty good. And the Thor's scene, Vinland Saga spoilers for those of you who maybe haven't watched it. This is one that I'm very proud of.
The group Thorfinn the dagger and tells him to use it only to protect himself. Thor doesn't want Thorfinn joining the battle. Or anyone else for that matter.
Huh?
Thor goes on the offensive, single-handedly fighting off every man on the ship without drawing his sword.
There's a lot of really creative things I did with the presentation of this one too. Power is brunette now, I guess. Okay, Green has sent me some Chainsaw Man figures with definitely a very brown-haired Power. The part where you explain how Thorfinn became a real warrior almost made me tear up. Yeah, so that's another thing that I'm really proud of presentation-wise. Like the way that in this video I linked back like to the beginning of the story basically with the presentation. Excuse me. Presentation-wise, like bringing the story back to something earlier and presenting it like hands in hand with like Thorfinn getting beaten up and then kind of going through everything. Again, it's one of those things that I'm very proud of this video because they're just ideas that I had that I feel are brilliant for me. Like there's some of my best work. Whereas there's the scene where Thorfinn gets shown after the time skip that I really like a lot. Where was that? Was that here?
Sense, huh? 6 years old, he just watched his dad die. On Viking ships with such followers, they're confused. Well, that's then Frankie from one point, and I watched the kind of motherfucker to swing more flame. But even Ashalad, the man who was, why fight a guy like Thorkel when you've got someone to do that for you?
I love these intense, dark scenes contrast with the silly copyright production voice. Yeah, it's always really funny. It's always really funny when you're doing like, when I'm going through like a particularly sad scene and they're just dancing. It's really funny. Frankie was relevant to what I was talking about. You gotta understand. Can't wait for President Mack to copyright strike the stream and claim the 2 seconds of Kinto Wang panel. Gotta go sleep because I feel like doo-doo. Have a safe trip, Mac. Appreciate you, Skippy. Have a good night. Hope you feel better later. Or tomorrow. I don't know how we got on the subject of me just talking about my own videos, but yeah, I'm proud of a lot of the work that I've done, but I acknowledge that I've improved a lot. Even just watching Vinland Saga, this was a year ago. This was March of last year. I want to say I put this video on. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing all these animations I did and I'm like, I could have done that better now. And that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling to be like, I could have done better because it means I've improved. Or not could have, but can do better now. Quick power nap and I'm back. Now, welcome back, Stavros. We missed you. Mac ego tripping on stream. What's new? Someone else brought it up. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Do the copyright protection boys really work that well? I've done something similar and still got claimed. They work pretty well. There are some select times that it doesn't work. If I show footage uninterrupted for a long time, sometimes they can't stop it getting claimed, and then I have to cut it shorter and rearrange the footage, whatever. But I can't remember the last time I got a copyright claim on a video. Even the adaptation one where I'm talking about One Piece, where Toei is like super strict about copyright. I didn't get any copyright claims on this video on any of the rough cuts that I threw up. Then again, I don't actually think I showed anime footage that much because I was mostly talking about manga stuff.
Again, unnecessary flashbacks that don't exist in the manga, or they'll flashback to events that happened earlier in the episode. Scenes will last an uncomfortably long time, beyond the point that they've shown what.
Knock on wood. I mean, if YouTube changes their copyright protection system, there's nothing I can do about it, you know? The videos are there. But I want to say the last time I got a copyright claim on a video after showing footage from an anime was probably Berserk. I'm not certain. I could be wrong. But like, I talked about this before. The scene where Guts and Griffith fight. There was kind of a lot of uninterrupted footage here. And I had to like play with it and move it around to make sure. It was not. It was this one. It was the other version. It was the 90s version.
This fight, perhaps the most important fight of his life, we will hear Griffith's inner thoughts.
I'm
not sure I compare his.
But like there was a lot of uninterrupted footage here. So what I had to do is I had to rearrange a lot of it, like stick it in different places and move it around. And then some shots are flipped. Just shots that you wouldn't really be able to tell are flipped. Because like right here, this is flipped. This shot is flipped and also arranged out of order. So there's actually two shots here being played. There's a shot where the snow weighs it down and there's a shot where the snow falls. So there's two different shots that I stitched together and flipped around. So I had trouble with copyright on this section. And then the other section I had trouble with was the Skull Knight spot. This one. Some of this footage is flipped too. This shot is flipped. Skull Knight is not left-handed. He's right-handed. This shot is flipped. And some of the shots are cut out as well. So I struggled with copyright on this video, but the rest I really haven't. Mostly because I just don't show a lot of uninterrupted footage. I usually show like a few seconds of footage at most. Watch as the stream gets claimed. Nothing speaks to the quality of One Piece quite like the fact that its anime adaptation is one of the most popular animated shows on Earth, despite being absolute dog water. You're so right. I've said that before. Like the fact that One Piece is as popular as it is, while being such a shit anime, really speaks to how good the writing is in One Piece, how engaging the story is. Valstrax's theme for Skull Knight is inspired work. It was a good pick. It was good. I think generally I pick good music. I'm very proud of my my music choices. I started this conversation. I guess you did, didn't you? I feel bad that I haven't read Berserk yet because I like video essays like yours so much, and especially yours, and Berserk is one of the ones that I have the most essays about it. You really should check out Berserk. It's a very good series. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about the Starfield videos presentation that I'm very, very proud of. I think the thing I end up feeling the most proud of with any of my videos is the through line I managed to establish. Like if I kind of hint a bit if I hint at something in the beginning of the video and then I tie back to it at the end, like the door metaphor comes to mind with Chainsaw Man, with Vinland Saga. It's like starting at the slave arc, cutting back to the beginning and then meeting back up with it in the middle. Starfield, it's like talking about Skyrim at the beginning, linking it back during the conclusion. Like to me, that's what makes a really strong video is having that really strong through line where you have something at the start that will still be relevant at the end. I'm going to go. Good night. Have a good stream. Appreciate you, Hat Pete. Talk to you later. Are you going to cover Vagabond at any point? I haven't read Vagabond yet. It's on my list. It's high on my list, but I haven't read it yet. So it's a big maybe. If I read it and like it, then there's a good chance I will. But we love narrative bookending. Do you do any writing outside of videos, or are you interested in that? I'm interested in writing outside of videos. It's not something I've really done. Certainly not creative writing. I think if I tried to do creative writing, like despite how much I feel like I know about writing. It's like understanding writing and actually doing writing are two very different beasts. So while I'm interested in creative writing, I never feel like I have ideas that I want to pursue for it. Your reviews count, Mac? That's true. I do written reviews on the Patreon occasionally, which is part of the writing that I do. Can't tell you how vindicated I felt when I found your One Piece anime video as someone who switched to the manga at Fishman Island because I could no longer take the anime. A lot of people like really agreed with what I had to say, which was a good feeling. And you wrote your TTRPG character. I mean, I had a lot of guidance for that. Is Wukong something you'd be interested to make a video on? I haven't played it yet, so maybe. If I play it and I think it'd be cool to make a video about it, then maybe. But I haven't played it yet, so that's a big I don't know. How do you feel about grimdark and stories that end sadly, where the characters lose/die? I think it's interesting. I think it's all about the message being pushed. If the ending is sad and depressing for the sake of being sad and depressing, then I'm probably not super into it. But if it's because it has some message to tell, some story to say, then I'm a little more into it. I think I'm interested in creative writing. It's just like anytime I think about like what I want to do in creative writing, I'm always like, I don't have any stories that I want to write. I don't have any ideas for stories. While Bleach is my favorite of the big three, One Piece is a good second only because of how bad Naruto fell. Yeah, that's real. That's very real. I have to piss. I'll be right back. I got urine coming out my sleeve. You feel me? Mac is uncut. Why don't my messages show up when I swear? Because YouTube auto moderates. It's not even something I have control over. YouTube just doesn't like swear as much. I was thinking more about the writing question while I was pissing, and I think if I was to write anything, I think I'd be more interested in some form of like nonfiction writing. Like I'd be open to the idea of doing research into a topic and then publishing my thoughts about it, because I think I have a good ability to present information in an interesting way. So I'd love to like I've done a ton of research for the Golden Kamuy video about the Meiji era in Japan, about the Russo-Japanese War, about the Sino-Japanese War, about the Shinsengumi, about Hijikata Toshizo. Like it'd be interesting to publish writing about like wars or history or people in history. Hi, Mac. Loved the new Don Don video. Loved the new video. Don Don is awesome. Well, thank you, Junior. I'm really glad you liked it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching it. How you doing today, Junior? What do you got going on? How you been? Of course, with nonfiction writing, I feel like there's maybe an expectation that you wouldn't write it the way that I do. Like I would want to write historical information in a very entertaining way rather than in a I don't know, like textbook way, if you will. I feel like textbooks are all about like sticking to the facts and presenting it a certain way and like just telling you the information and not worrying too much about the like entertainment value, if you will. I would be very interested in entertainment value and trying to present it in an engaging way. You heard the Darwin incident? No, I haven't. What's your opinion on the JJK ending? I don't really have any strong opinions about it. I wasn't that attached to JJK, so I'm kind of like, it was an ending. History communicators that don't do World War II or Rome are dope as hell, do ancient Egypt. What is history communicators? Are you just talking about people who talk about history? Have you ever read Soul Eater? I just finished the manga and everyone who put me on watched the anime, which I very quickly learned was a criminally different experience. Yes, so I have read the Soul Eater manga, but it's been years and I really don't remember it that well. It is very different. You're right. It's a very different series in the manga, but I honestly don't remember it that well. It's been a long, long time. I have had DJ Peach Cobbler recommended me a couple times. I was honestly thinking about like with the Golden Kamuy video, I have a ton. I've done it. Like I said, I've done a ton of research on all this shit. And to some extent, it's like I'd enjoy talking about all of it, but at some point I have to draw the line and be like, I don't need to talk about this. I'm not going to put this in the video. And so there's almost like a motivation for me to like make a Golden Kamuy video and then make like a Russo-Japanese War video and be like, if you want to learn more about this subject, here's all the other information I got out about it that wasn't relevant to the video. Spoil out those seconds, have a written Patreon post or a Patreon exclusive video. Give me your money. I have not read Poon Poon. I don't want to limit myself to any particular style of video. I don't want to limit myself to just anime or just video games or even just analysis / criticism. Be open to doing videos where I just talk about an interesting subject. Maybe I'll do a video essay on dried fruit. I did not know that a new Berserk chapter was coming. I just gotta wait for them to show up one day. I don't have a Malware on any list. And take an interest in Morrowind. Do a video on the cultural impacts of Skibidi Toilet. You know, along those lines, I had thought about, I probably won't do this because I'm honestly not the most informed on it. But I thought about doing a video on kind of like the impact of TF2 on like internet culture. I'm headed to bed now. Have a good night. Good one, boys. Appreciate you, Mark, and have a good night. Talk to you later. But it'd be like TF2 is such an interesting study subject where it's like it was just a game. It was just a game. But like people are still to this day making SFM animations with TF2 characters, and the voice lines are so fucking iconic. You know, and someone made a whole ass movie using TF2 characters and settings that doesn't have anything to do with TF2. Like, that's crazy. It's like the TF2 community in terms of like the stuff they've done with it. It's insane. It's insane. Something awful forums is really important for anything internet. That's true. See, the thing that I like that would, I think, prevent me from doing a TF2 video is just that like I was never like as into the game of a lot of other people. I put like 100 hours into TF2 back in the day. I never played it as much as other people did. I'm not as like when someone like Funk. I don't know how many of you guys know Funk, but when Funk makes a video about TF2, it's like Funk was very clearly someone that played a shit ton of TF2. You know, he made this whole video. I miss Team Fortress 2. If you guys haven't seen a Funk video, Funk makes good videos. This guy's funny. Incredible animator too, by the way.
My name's Funk. Maybe you remember me, maybe you don't. I used to be synonymous with Team Fortress 2. It was all I played, all I talked about. I became who I am today playing this game, a YouTuber, an animator.
Thank you, Archimedes.
You got mail.
Whew.
Which is why 3 years ago when I made my last video about it, I figured it wouldn't be the last. My plan was to release that, try some other stuff for a while, and then come back for the next major update. Weeks became months, became years.
Like, see, he's someone who was super connected to Funk. Or sorry, TF2. Funk was someone who was super connected to TF2. He knows about every update. He knows about every event. He knows about every change. Everything. I was not as into TF2 as that. So I couldn't discuss TF2 on the level of someone like Funk. And it's not to say that I couldn't get there through research. But man, nothing can replicate the experience that actually being there would do, you know? Actually being there for it. German became what he was from TF2, basically. That's true. That's true. Of the way he animates hands. He is an incredible animator. It's super fun to watch. His videos are crazy. I haven't kept up with a lot of his more recent stuff. But very good channel. I really recommend Funk. Anything you're that plugged into. See, the problem is probably just One Piece. You know? That's why I think it would be relatively interesting for me to talk about One Piece in videos, because like, man, people who were getting into One Piece today will never understand what it felt like to wait 2 weeks to see what Gear Forth was, you know? Like there's a chapter of One Piece that ends with just a black it's just a fully black panel with nothing but the speech bubble, Gear Forth. And like as a One Piece fan in 2017, I think that was when it happened, that was insane. It was like, holy shit, we haven't gotten a new gear in 500 chapters. And now there's a new one coming. That was a big fucking deal. People watching One Piece today, you can just watch the next episode. You can just read the next chapter. You can't understand what it was like to wait 2 weeks for that. I was there for it. I can talk about that. You know? So that's like a unique perspective that I could offer when talking about One Piece, is like the experience of being in the community, the experience of being a fan, the experience of being a reader when these big events happened, when these huge things happened. I can talk about what it was like. There's a fourth gear. Cars have like 6. Broaden your horizons, the history on the source engine or something. That's not a bad idea. People don't know that much about Empleman's video on Stanislav Petrov. I have watched it. Empleman is another fantastic video essayist who makes very interesting videos on niche subjects, and his Stanislav Petrov one is very good. Very good video. Does the Dandanon video inevitably mean a Sakamoto Days video? Because I feel like they're equally insane for different reasons, and I'd eat that shit up. Maybe. I like Sakamoto Days. I don't have any plans for a video on it at this moment, but I'm not against it. I like that series. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of like other events. Like there was... When did it happen? There was a month-long break for One Piece at some point, not that long ago. Oh, yeah. Right after Wano ended, there was a month-long break between Wano and Egghead, and it's like people today, if you're reading One Piece for the first time today, you don't have to wait a month between Wano ending and Egghead starting. I did. I was there for it. I know what it was like. And like I do genuinely think that's an interesting thing to talk about, because I think binge culture and like binging series is somewhat detrimental to the experience. I personally, people always talk about like, oh, I like waiting for chapters to drop in batch. I like waiting for a bunch of chapters to drop so I can read them all at once. I like reading one chapter a week, and I like waiting for a new chapter because I enjoy the experience of the suspense that gets built up. I enjoy the experience of thinking about what the chapter just happened and the events within it. I enjoy thinking about what can happen next. So for me, I'm like, in my opinion, someone reading One Piece or watching One Piece and being able to go straight from Gear 4th is happening to seeing Gear 4th, that's not as good of an experience, if you ask me, as what I got. The fact that I had to wait is part of what made it so special for me. And same with Gear 5th. And then Luffy used it like twice and unlocked Gear 5th hour after. Yeah. I think it's inevitable with the place that the universe is in right now, but you know. You're right that it's not ideal. I caught up the manga the day the crew departed Wano, and that in itself was an experience, so I can't even imagine what it was like for everything else. Yeah, it's special. It's special having to wait a week to find out this big reveal, or 2 weeks. It's special. It's exciting. I think it makes the experience more meaningful, for me at least. It's memorable. I remember it was 2016. I thought it was 2017 before. It was 2016 that Gear 4th happened. I was in a senior year of high school. I remember sitting down to read the chapter in the cafeteria of my high school before classes started and being so fucking excited. It's like burned into my memory, like the experience of seeing Gear 4th for the first time. And I remember where I was the day Doflamingo got defeated too. It was a couple months later, because One Piece, it's a weekly series. It takes a while to come out. I was working on staff at a summer camp at the time, and it was like I was getting ready for the day. I was about to go to Flags, and I was reading the new chapter. And Luffy whipped out that King Kong gun and fucked his shit up. That was crazy. JoJo Fridays were literally one of the biggest memes, and Netflix ruined it. Yeah, releasing stuff in batches, it just it's so special to have one episode drop and then the next and then the next, and you talk about it with your friends and you share memes. It makes the experience more meaningful, I think. I like to do both for kind of the same reason. I like to wait and I like to rush to my shelf to grab the next volume. When I'm reading a new series, I kind of do a bit of both. If it's a series that I'm really into, obviously I want to read the next chapter, but I always kind of cut it off for myself at some point where I'm like, okay, this was a big reveal. I'm going to stop reading here. I'm going to stop reading, wait a day, and come back to it. I try to control myself and not finish everything in one go. It's not that Netflix released in batches. Second part of season 2 is released a year after part 1. I think it's a combination of the two things. It's a combination of the two things. Like it's when you release things 1 week at a time, like people make memes about it, people talk about it, people do all this stuff with, like, there's so many memes of part 5 and part 4 and part 3, but there's hardly any memes for part 6 because people weren't memeing individual episodes. They were memeing the entirety of part 6, and just inevitably there's going to be less memes as a result of that. And as Bill's saying, like, memes are so important for the culture, for the health of a series, if you will. Like, people remember stuff more fondly when it's memed to death, you know? I was there the day the Minority Hunter memes were born. I was there before the Minority Hunter memes existed. Now everyone knows about it. Yeah, I can't wait for Arcane Season 2. I'm very excited about that. I really want to rewatch Arcane Season 1 before Season 2 comes out, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to before it drops. You can tell Starfield is cooked because there's no memes. No one talks about Starfield unless they're shitting on it. There's no memes. There's no love for it. There's no, no one knows the characters. No one knows the weird quirks with it. No one. It's like a month away, plenty of time. I'm going to Germany for 2 weeks. I love that our first big Don meme with the anime airing is McLovin. Yeah, the McLovin meme is pretty funny. I do like that. Okay, so Eduardo's comment says, hope Riot does series based on other regions after Arcane. But I misread it the first time I read it, and I thought it said religions, and I was thinking, like, League of Legends as a religion is pretty fair. So maybe they will. Maybe they'll do one on Christianity next. Remember the avalanche of beams in Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah, absolutely. When a game is well loved, it gets a lot of memes. You remember certain quirks about it. And no one talks about Starfield unless they're shitting on it like me. I won't name them, obviously. I won't name them. But when I was doing research for the Starfield video, there was this one channel that kept popping up. There's this one guy who has like a completely Starfield focused channel. Like, that's just his niche. He just makes videos about Starfield exclusively, like talking about like special weapons, special spacesuits, the unique universe you can find when you're Starborn, the Starborn armor sets. Like his channel is a Starfield channel, and I'm like, that is such an interesting niche to find for yourself. But people watch it because there are fans of Starfield out there, just not a lot of them. Imagine being the Starfield guy. You know, my life is going pretty good by comparison. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be shackled with that personally. There was no Starfield music because there's nothing funny in those dead blank eyes and the plastic faces. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of the things that people talk about with Bethesda games do end up linking back to like how buggy or weird they are. Like the Oblivion meme, like the Oblivion NPC meme. Like the joke of the Oblivion NPC is that the Oblivion NPCs are so weird and awkward that they don't seem human. So anytime you find a video of someone doing something weird that seems really off, you put Oblivion music behind it and you get 1 million views. So, but like even like Starfield doesn't even have those weird quirks where it's just funky. It's just so bland. Riot said they were planning 12 seasons, 3 on each region. I believe that was the number. I hope they don't draw it out to the point that it sucks. I really hope Arcane Season 2 is gonna be good. I hope it has like the same writing team or whatever, because I'm gonna be so sad if it sucks. It's so funny. Like I really do judge the success of an anime based on how much the memes escape the community, right? Like if no one's posting memes about a series to like the good anime memes subreddit, then I know it didn't do very well. I think it was Starfield, but I always got ads of an expansive open world in space where you can discover planets. They probably reuse the same content like Skylands and Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, it's all procedurally generated, so it's inevitable that there's gonna be some repeats, but it's all just like, it's all meaningless essentially. Like if it's all procedurally generated, then no planet is special or interesting, really. Starfield is sterile to a fault. Starfield is a product designed to be sold rather than an art to be experienced. It really is. Like it feels like there's no creativity put into it. You know, I feel like there are designers who got to put their creativity into places like Aquila, or you know, the musicians got to be creative with it. But in terms of design, it feels like there was just nothing creative about it. It feels purely like it was intended to sell. Hey Mac, hope your night is going better than mine. Looking good as always. Good stream. Well, I appreciate that, Raphael. Thank you for the $5 dollars. I'm not sure if that's Russian dollars or something, but appreciate the $5. And I hope you have a better night than you've been having. Sorry you have not having a great night, but appreciate you. If we're talking about memes, then JoJo's used to be the most successful anime of all time in terms of the internet. Oh, for sure. For sure. Which again is like, it's such an example of why binge culture or like batch dropping and binge culture is not good for the health of a series, because again, there's like no memes for part 6. There's like none. It's like JoJo became like known for memes, and there's like no memes for part 6 because it's like everybody watched it in one go and then forgot about it. I have seen Tiny Game. It doesn't really seem like my kind of game. I feel like I need games with an objective more than anything. NASA Punk, they had no kitchen to cook this shit, dude. I actually liked the aesthetic of Starfield a good bit. I liked the UI. I didn't like the experience of using the UI, but I did like it visually. I like the color scheme. I do like the UI elements of Starfield. I dig the like NASA Punk idea. I think they maybe didn't lean into it enough, to be honest. But the only part 6 memes were the same Boys After No November memes, but it was before part 6 anime released. The UI mod was a drastic improvement. It's one of those things that I look back. Sometimes you finish a video, you publish it, and then like 2 seconds after it starts airing, you're like, oh shit, I should have talked about that. So one of those things for the Starfield videos that I didn't talk about the UI. It's so ass. Like, how is the Starfield UI basically the same as Skyrim when a mod to fix Skyrim's UI is like the most popular mod for Skyrim? How did you not? Todd Howard himself in an interview has said that he uses Sky UI. How did he take no fucking notes from it? How did he learn nothing from it? How did he just... The UI is so shit. You're still doing the list shit. You're doing the fucking grid. The UI for Starfield, it takes up like 20% of the screen. You have all 80% more of it to use. Use the rest of the fucking screen, dude. Make a grid. Make images. Make it so people can see the shit they're looking at. Make it so they can sort their inventory how they want to. How? How did they learn nothing? The modders did it good. Why didn't they just copy that? Copy their homework, dude. Put it in Starfield. What is wrong with you? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. I should have called it Seinfeld and have those little bass solo parts during the loading screens. Do you think enough modding Starfield can be redeemed? I mean, it would have to be like full. It would have to be like overhaul mods. because like the bones aren't good. Like the story isn't good, right? The world isn't interesting. Like those parts are so important to making a game fun. Mods can't fix that without overhauling it completely, without doing a new world and a new story essentially. You could maybe make it more fun combat wise and gameplay wise, but like in terms of like the universe, you can't fix that. How did the guy who wrote that video miss that? What an idiot. I know, right? Crazy. At least Nintendo listened to fans and made the player have full analog movement in Echoes of Wisdom. The thing I currently hate the most on games are the in-game cutscenes like Borderlands 3 is so riddled with them that one of the most downloaded mods is the skip dialogue mod. I'm okay with in-game cutscenes, but I think they still need to have like the option to skip them. Whether it be like a fast forward or something. I like how Cyberpunk does it where it kind of fast forwards through the conversation if you don't want to see it. You know when you get so good at something you start doing autonomously? Do you think that's how Starfield was made? From what I understand, yes. From what I understand, there are interviews with Bethesda employees, like anonymous interviews, mind you, so they might be bullshit. But where they've talked about how Bethesda has this mindset of like, oh, it worked 9 years ago, so why do it any differently? Which is basically what I said in my video. Like they have not grown or changed. They've just been like, it still works, even though it doesn't. You'd have to rewrite the entire story, re-record all the voice lines, rip out some of the core mechanics into the multiverse needs to go. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Bungus. Welcome to the stream. I know a mod that'll fix Skyrim. It's a little thing called No Man's Sky. Do you fuck with Transformers 1? I haven't seen it, Mashrafi. I have not seen it. You know what I did see? I watched The Wild Robot yesterday. That's a good-ass movie. You guys should go see The Wild Robot. That's a good-ass movie right there. Everybody, I went with 7 friends. 7 friends. There was a big group of us. We took up almost an entire row in the theater. All of us cried. Every single one. Some of us more than others. My friend Charity was in the chat earlier. She was like sobbing basically the whole movie. I managed to hold strong into like the last scene of the movie basically, and then it fucked me, and then I was just crying. I recommend that one. Y'all should go see The Wild Robot. Funny thing is, Starfield doesn't even do what they did years ago. Anything that causes any friction or complexity, they just ripped it out. Yeah, we talked about this before. Starfield or Bethesda has this mindset of like, if players find a way to break the game using one of their systems, they just remove it. They're like, fuck that and get rid of it. They get rid of things like levitation from Morrowind. They get rid of they fuck up the stealth so it doesn't work very well. it's like, man, anytime the players find a way to have fun, they get rid of it. Gone. Bye-bye. Honestly, I hate it when game studios are a company that was big, never bothered to change, man. It's crazy. It's crazy that you can have that mindset of just like, I worked 9 years ago. What's up, man? Just wanted to stop by and say that your Chainsaw video is one of my favorite videos ever. Seen it like 5 times and counting. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Aaron. That's really, really kind of you. I'm really glad you enjoyed the video, and it means a lot to me that you've watched it so many times. Thank you so much. We can't balance attributes or spell crafting, rip them out. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We talked about this a few streams ago, but like Patrician harped on this point during his Skyrim video, how there was this interview with Todd where he talked about how people were able to like spreadsheet out information about the game to like optimize their build. And he was like, we don't want players to do that. So we made a system that is so vague that you can't spreadsheet it. And it's like, some players like doing that. Players enjoy breaking games. It's fun. It's funny. So let them. You shouldn't get rid of it. Hey, Mac, I can't stress enough how much I loved the last video about Dandadan. I love that manga, and I love when you talk with so much passion about what you love. So much love to you. Well, thank you. Quinmail? Is that how I pronounce that? Quinmail? Kinmail? I don't know. That's super sweet of you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I worked really hard on the video. Meanwhile, Chad, Owlcat games, we can't optimize against for shit. Have fun, Lamau. Again, I'm kind of rehashing a point I talked about a couple streams ago, but like, I think the thing that some developers need to understand is that people enjoy breaking games. You know, you have to strike a balance with it. Like if you can break the game right from the get-go, then it tends to kind of kills the game because it's like, oh, there's no challenge, there's no engagement. You don't want to play that game. But like, with Cyberpunk when you get to like level 40 and you have all these skills and you have all this equipment and you're just a broken fucking god that can destroy anything on the battlefield. That is fun. People enjoy that. People love being broken. People love destroying the game and just being fucked up. It's fun. It's funny. It's hilarious. We enjoy it. So when players find a way to break your game using your systems, you shouldn't remove the system. You should learn from it and design the system so that it kind of appeals to whatever fun people were having with that. That's what I think. I think the only things that should be patched out are things that will actually break the game and cause it to crash. Yeah, absolutely. Like glitches. Like, fuck me. Bethesda will remove entire systems from their games because they're afraid that people will break them, but they won't fix the fucking glitches. The guys at id Software were pretty amused when speedrunners broke Doom Eternal. Games like Slay the Spire and Vampire Spires thrive off of breaking the game, becoming overpowered. Yeah, Vampire Spires, great example, fantastic example. Such a simple game. You know, you start off underpowered, you slowly gain more power-ups and weapons and passives until you just become so fucking powerful that you don't even have to move anymore. You can just stand in place and everything will die. And that's fun. It really is. I sunk like 150 hours into Vampire Survivors. How many hours did I have in that game? 64. Never mind. I totally lied. I had a lot less hours than I thought. But I've played a lot of Vampire Survivors for how simple that game is. Because it's fun to get broken by the end of your run. What do you think about the new Minecraft movie? I have no attachment to it. I wasn't interested in it before it got revealed. I haven't even watched the trailer. I don't know if I'll watch it. I love Stalker games, but 2/3 had game-breaking bugs that wouldn't let you progress. Yeah, I've only played Call of Pripyat so far, but I really liked it. And I'm excited for Stalker 2. Cautiously optimistic about Stalker 2. Because the development timeline definitely makes me wonder how that game's going to be when it comes out. But I have seen House. I've watched all the way through House a couple times. It's a good show. It's fun to watch. Will you watch Dragon Ball Daima? It's an Akeda's last project. I'll probably watch it. I don't know. Will you watch City anime? What is that? What does that mean? Of all the things I never expected Pikmin to get more recognition from Dandadan, you just never can anticipate what's going to happen with Dandadan. You really can't. You can't see it coming. Keiichi Arawi? It's a manga city called City. I haven't had this one recommended to me before. It's like a slice of life? It looks like a slice of life. Is this the same person who did Nichijou? It's the same. It's a very similar art style at the very least. Dude, you look Ryan Gosling. You think so? Thanks. That's a compliment, I think. Oh my God. Speaking of similar art styles. Oh my God. I've been meaning to talk about this for weeks, but I kept forgetting. All right. So I've talked about before how one of my least favorite series to ever be published in Shonen Jump is Protect Me Sugimura. I hated this. I hated it so much. And every new chapter, I prayed for it to get cut because it was so unpleasant to read. And I read everything that comes through Jump, whether I like it or not. I prayed for this to get cut because I hated it so much. It's like one of the worst manga I've ever read. It is so painfully unfunny. The art is so bad. I hate it. Hate it. And then a couple weeks ago, I was talking about a manga that is currently in Jump. I was talking about how Yokai Buster Murakami is my least favorite series in Jump currently. I hate this. It's so painfully unfunny. The art style is so bad. And after talking about it, it clicked. It's the same fucking mangaka. They got published in Jump again and still posted cringe. I can't believe I didn't notice sooner. It's the same fucking author. Daiki Ihara, I hate to be rude, but you gotta figure it out, bud. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I don't know how I didn't notice sooner, because it's the same terrible art style, and it's the same painfully unfunny comedy style. I don't know how I didn't notice it sooner, but like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jump, you gotta stop publishing this guy until he figures it out and comes back to you with a good brief. Because this ain't it. The last one wasn't it. This ain't it. Protect Me Sugamaru ran for way too many chapters. You got to get rid of this one. You can't let it keep running. It's so bad. I don't usually... What's the word I'm looking for here? I don't usually push for something's downfall, because for me, my mindset is like, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for someone. And I feel as a creative that I shouldn't push for others' failures. But this shit is so bad that I can't help it. I fucking hate it. You know, I want it gone. Appreciate you, Midori. Have a good night. I don't know why I just called you Midori. Good night, Green. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching. At least the colored work looks nice. Too bad manga's in black and white. I mean, the coloring technique is fine. The art style is still bad. It's like, come on, imagine writing a comedy manga there's one joke. There's one joke. Comedy is all about the unsuspected. The punchline is all about setting something up and giving someone something that they do not expect. That is the root of comedy, is in the unexpected. This motherfucker writes manga that is the same joke over and over and over. 16 chapters so far. 16 chapters. It's the same joke every time. It's not unexpected anymore at that point. So that's my rant for the short that I'm going to publish about it. That's my rant. So you're saying that would be a really good joke if this guy makes a good manga? It would be. It would be. Because I wouldn't expect it. Maybe the real joke is the manga's existence. I don't. So here's the thing with Jump, right? Like they usually have like an even mix of comedy series and action series, and I think it's really, really hard to do more than like a few issues of a comedy series, because every comedian has a certain style, and eventually you get used to their jokes, right? And inevitably it stops being so funny. So like the best comedy series are the ones where the author manages to continually hit you with new styles of jokes. That's why I like Spy X Family is really good. Because there's a lot of there's different jokes constantly. There's new jokes, new bits, whatever. If a comedian's joke style is too easy to predict, then their comedy won't last in the long run for multiple chapters, because it loses that unexpected value that makes a joke funny, you know? So that's why I don't understand how a series like Yokai Buster Murakami can exist, because it's the same joke every time. The guy calls out what's weird about the yokai and they die. That's it. That's what Yokai Buster is. So, how do you feel about the Heroes Organization manga? I see varying opinions about it. I don't think I've read it. What is it? Hero Organization manga. What do you? Hero Organization. I haven't heard of this. I might have to check it out. Dick Chainsaw Man is going? Yes, I do. I'm curious to see where it goes next. Like, man, like even Demon Slayer, like a series that I really do not care for, if you couldn't tell by the video that I made. Even a series like Demon Slayer, I wouldn't push for Gotoge to fail. You know, I wouldn't push for Gotoge to fail as a mangaka. Because it doesn't matter to me. It's whatever. I don't like Demon Slayer, but some people do. So I'm not gonna push for Gotoge to fail as a mangaka, but like this person who makes Yokai Buster and Sugamaru, like I hate them so much that I never ever want to see any work from this guy again. Like, you know, that's honestly how I feel about it. Kaiju number 8 vibes about Mecha. That's interesting. Can Denji have at least one good year in his fucking life? No, because he's written by Fujimoto. At least Gotoge made different genres for their one-shots. I haven't read them. But I don't know, like, it's so, like, I don't know. To me, it's like the people who dislike One Piece when they're like, I hope the author dies and One Piece doesn't get finished or whatever. Like, that's such like a strange stance to have where it's like, okay, it's not something that you enjoy, but that doesn't mean you should wish for it to fail. And that's how I generally feel. It is very rare for me to hate something so much that I am rooting for the author to fail. That is a rare feeling for me. But this author, Jesus Christ, I don't ever want to see them get published again. Not in Jump, at least. They can get published in some B-tier magazine full of manga no one's heard about. This is Jump we're talking about, okay? So anyway, as I was saying, like there's like a decent split in like in manga on Jump where there's like about half of them are action and about half of them are comedy. It might not be exactly that like ratio, whatever, but I would say like most of the comedy ones don't really land for me, but there's a good few that I do like, and even the ones that I don't like that much like are still okay. Like right now in Jump, like Super Psychic Police and Shoujo, I don't love it, but it's fine. It can give me a chuckle out of me every now and then. Witch Watch, the author, again, has a very predictable comedy style, so it's kind of tiring to read, but I still like the occasional chapter here and there. Spy X Family, hilarious. Spy X Family goes hard. Love me some Spy X Family. But then, like, Yokai Buster Murakami is so painfully unfunny that I detest every chapter I have to read. No, you don't have to read it. Yeah, I know. I'm going to, though. I'm going to. Because I think it's important for me to have a broad understanding of manga by reading both good and bad things. Mack, you look like you knew how to dance Hare Hare Yukai from Suzumiya Haruhi no Yutsu. You know what's funny? I don't know that dance, but I have thought about learning it as an alternate dance for the Copyright Boys. Hey man, what's up, man? I'm loving Danzan. Is the manga really that good and still good even in current chapters? Yes, it is. Danzan is great. I don't know how mangas do it. TBH, the industry sounds like hell. Oh, yeah, it's awful. Oh, they need to. There needs to be some serious reforms in the manga industry. It is brutal. It is rough. Oh, Dog's Red. Like Dog's Red is in Shonen Jump right now. Dog's Red from the author of Golden Kamui, one of the funniest manga I've ever fucking read. Dog's Red is hilarious. So, you know, there's a good number of actually good comedy series in Shonen Jump, but man, Yokai Buster is not one of them. You need to be harsher on those freeloading mangaka. I don't think so. I don't think I do. I think like the thing is with me, when I criticize something, I'm always kind of hoping for the person who made it to learn from their failures and grow from it. Cause that's what I do. You know, I'm not perfect. I've made bad videos. I make mistakes in videos and I try to learn from them and get better. So like that's why I think that the ending message of my Starfield video was so important to me, was this idea that like, I don't want Bethesda to fail. I don't want Bethesda to stop making games. I want them to evolve. I want them to take a look at themselves, realize what they're doing wrong, and do something right. I want the author of Demon Slayer to come back with a new manga that I actually like. But with the author of Yokai Buster, I hope they never publish anything again. I hate their work so fucking much. Can you give your take on hurricanes and storm in general, or what's your hottest weather-related take? Okay, my hottest weather-related take. There is this mindset, I would call it a toxic mindset, that like when people see a rainy day, they're like, "Aw, what a gloomy day. I hope it stops raining. I hope the sun comes back. I want a nice sunny day." Fuck that. I love rain. Rain uplifts me. Rain makes me happy. Rain is not gloomy. Rain is nice. Rain is pleasant. Rain is relaxing. I want it to rain every day. I'm tired of this narrative that a rainy day is a bad day. A rainy day is a good day. A rainy day is the days that I want. How dare you? How dare you say that about rain? Rainy times in video games are my favorite. Yeah, every time it rains in a video game, I'm like, I love this. This is my favorite. I love like listening to the pitter patter of the rain and just walking around in the trees and shit. I love that. Except for in Breath of the Wild, I still love the ambience of the rain in Breath of the Wild, even though it can be annoying because then you can't climb anymore. But I really love like walking around Tamriel when it's raining. Tamriel? What the fuck am I saying? Hyrule. I really love walking around Hyrule when it's raining. So that's my weather hot take that I think more people should be on board with. Rain is not a bad thing. People gotta stop treating rainy days like that's a bad day, like that's a negative for the day. That's a positive for me. When I wake up and it's raining, that's like today's gonna be a good day. That makes me feel like today's gonna be a good day. Pop out my umbrella. Go walking through the rain. I love that. Ideal Elder Scrolls 6 game mechanics of Daggerfall, writing of Morrowind, mod ability and immersion of Skyrim. Yeah, I haven't played Daggerfall. I played a little bit of Morrowind, but I never like played Morrowind, and I want to. Snow is worse than rain, TBH. Oh God, I hate snow. It's cold. It's gross. It's not safe. I don't like snow. Snow is awful. But I love rain. Do you keep up with all of the Shonen Jump manga running currently? Not all of them. There's some long-running series that like started before I got into the habit of reading everything. So if we look through the current Weekly Jump catalog, I am not reading Yozakuda Family. I'm not reading Undead Unluck. Me and Roboco I'm not reading. But that is it, I believe. Those are the only series that are currently running that I'm not reading. I read one chapter of Me and Roboco and thought it was horrible, so I didn't read it further than that. Have you read Akane Banashi? I heard it's really good, and Kagurabachi is also really good too. Akane Banashi is really good. I really like Akane Banashi. It's a very unique series, and it's very educational if you're not like someone who's in Japan and is familiar with the concept of Rakugoka. Kagurabachi is okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just a thing. I love snow. It's much easier to dig trenches in the snow than in dirt. Big dub for snow there. What? How often are you driving trenches, brother? How often are you digging trenches? I'm sorry, my words are getting a little jumbled because I've been streaming too long. But how often are you digging trenches? Bro's out here fucking World War IIing it up. What are you talking about? When Russians bomb? Well, are you in Ukraine, Tyr? Do you live in Ukraine? I'm sorry if you're dealing with that. That sucks. The only way I heard about the Roboco anime is from a movie announcement it had like 4 weeks ago. Yeah. It's possible I had Roboco peg drawn. It's been like 4 years since it started, but I read like the first chapter of Roboco and I was like, this sucks. I think I read like 3 chapters of Roboco and I was like, this sucks, and I stopped reading it. I have read Claymore. It was pretty good. I didn't love it. I think I need to do a reread of it to really talk about it, because I don't really remember it that well, but I did like it. In Daggerfall, you have wall climbing. You can learn to speak with creatures. Fast travel is interruptible. And I'm not even fucking Ukrainian, Lamau. Okay, where else is Russia invading right now? Or are you just dealing with the strays that are coming, that are supposed to be aimed at Ukraine? I think the problem with Claymore is all the characters look the same. That is a big problem with Claymore. It is very difficult to tell that cast apart. It is really, really hard, and it makes it difficult to like stay attached to the characters, because you're like, have I seen this person before, or is this a new one? I don't remember. What manga do you think are the best Shonen Jump manga currently running besides One Piece? Well, One Piece is obviously very high up there. I like Blue Box, although I haven't actually read I actually haven't watched the anime, which just started. Dandadan is obviously fantastic. I love Dandadan. Kill Blue is good. Ultimate X is Kyoshi. I guess you asked me for like the best ones, not necessarily like just ones I like. There's a lot of ones that I like. I don't know if we're talking about just Shonen Jump specifically, like the Jump magazine, I'd say the best besides One Piece is probably Blue Box. But if we're talking about like Shonen plus Jump plus, like the digital stuff, then it's got to be Dandadan or Dog's Red. I am Karelian living in Ukraine. Wow. I'm sorry you're having to deal with the Russian invasion. That sucks. They shouldn't do that. It's kind of shitty. But I have read Kagurabachi. It's okay. I also read Kagurabachi, Akanabashi, and Sakamoto Days are really good. Kagurabachi is okay. I think it's pretty forgettable. Akanabashi and Sakamoto Days are both pretty good. If I were to write a book on my experience of war, most of it would be war is boring as fuck. Damn. Any recommendations for someone going through their Monster/Evangelion phase? Well, if you haven't read Berserk, it's very much in line with that kind of vibe. The Vinland Saga. Probably those two would be the big ones. Do you think people will have too high of expectations of Elbaf arc? Will Elbaf have a major growth for Usopp? I don't know what to expect from Elbaf. The thing is that every time a new arc starts, people say that One Piece fell off. If you've been in the One Piece community long enough, you know this. When because I caught up to One Piece around Dressrosa, and people love Dressrosa. And then Zoe started, and people were like, Zoe's fucking boring. And then Whole Cake started, and people were like, Whole Cake's fucking boring. And then Wano. People said Wano was fucking boring. Egghead started. People said Egghead was boring. Because manga readers and anime viewers are impatient as fuck, and they don't understand the concept of setup. They think a story is going to go from climax to climax to climax to climax. What they don't realize is that there has to be a slight slowdown and setup for things to get interesting again. So inevitably, people are going to say that Elbaf sucks, but we won't know what to think of Elbaf until it's done. So me personally, my expectation is the same with One Piece as it always is. I like One Piece, and I think it's going to be good. I'm not going to lie, the One Piece community is kind of insufferable to me at the moment. You really, like, the less you engage with it, the better off you are. I think Whole Cake Island and Sanji made people associate the vibe with who the arc is going to be about, and that's why people say current One Piece arcs stuck. What you think that they don't like that the current arcs don't focus on a specific character? You might be right about that. That there's something to be said about that. But at the same time, I think Whole Cake is one of the most disliked arcs of recent arcs, like of the new world arcs, which I personally don't agree with. I like Whole Cake a lot, but a lot of people don't. But man, yeah, like it's crazy that the flip around. Like a lot of people now said that Egghead was one of the best arcs in One Piece. People loved Egghead. People loved it. They thought it was great. But 3 weeks into Egghead, people were saying it sucked. I fucking guarantee it. I was there. I was in the One Piece subreddit. People hated Egghead when it started. I fucking swear. Isn't it normal though? The less you engage with the fan base, the happier you'll be. Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I keep in touch with the fan base just for the sake of seeing memes mostly. But man, actually engaging with discussions about manga with fans, it's annoying. It really is. We still have no idea where One Piece is going. I can't tell if they're actually in Elbaf or not yet. Well, yeah, the newest chapter has been a little weird, huh? A little wacky, a little goofy. A lot of theories floating around about what's going on right now. And I'm sitting here like, none of y'all are going to be right. You know? Again, as someone who's been following One Piece for many years, as someone who's been a part of the One Piece community for many years, I have rarely, if ever, seen a One Piece theory be right. Oda always takes it in a direction that people do not expect. Law and Boa and Vivi are absolutely going to return. I mean, Vivi is already on her way to returning, if you will, with the current event she's under. Have you seen those weird Boruto fans? They try to attack One Piece for some reason. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of a thing in the anime community as a whole, where people have this weird idea that in order for their series to succeed, another series has to fail. Like the Full Metal Alchemist fandom comes to mind, where anytime another series gets like the top 10, the number one spot on IMDb, they review bomb whatever topped it. And then that series review bombs Full Metal Alchemist in return. And it's so stupid. And it's so dumb. Just like what you like and don't worry about everything else. It's so stupid. Militant fans are the worst. It's so annoying. It's like, it's so obnoxious because it's like, man, when Naruto was still going on, like people, there was all these wars between like the Naruto fandom and the One Piece fandom. And it's like, we want Naruto to fail. We want One Piece to fail. Like both of your series are succeeding. Just shut the fuck up and enjoy that. Oda and Kishimoto, no, that's not his name, is it? Oda is Kishimoto. Oda and Kishimoto are friends. One Piece had a dedication in Naruto's final chapter. Naruto had a dedication in the chapter that came out in the same week as Naruto's final chapter. They're friends. They've been friends for years. Oda and Toriyama were friends. Good friends. The people that write these series do not act like you fucking annoying idiots. They don't have wars with each other to try to take each other down. They support each other. They lift each other up. They turn to each other for advice. Why can't you just be like, I don't personally like Naruto, but I still hope it succeeds for the people that like it? Why can't you be like that? Is it so hard? Can't wait for One Piece Kai fully animated by Sarenso. And can you imagine if they got 2 One Piece remakes? Dandadan just dropped episode 1 last week, and then haters appear from all sites. Dandadan dropped, and people use that excuse to shit on Chainsaw Man. Yeah, like it's so annoying. Like just enjoy the things you like without trying to shit on something else. It's really not that hard. I hate other people's happiness. Why do you think Oda messed up in the chapter before last week's? There was a lot of weird inconsistencies. Okay, so I don't want to talk about spoilers. First of all, I don't want to talk about spoilers, so I won't get into it. But I don't believe there were mistakes. Oda doesn't make mistakes like that, and there's a lot of theories floating around about why those mistakes were made, and I'm of the opinion that there's something more going on and that they were not mistakes. Or inconsistencies is what you said, inconsistencies. I self-actualize through the media I consume, and if it's on the top of the charts, then I am a good person. Yeah, it's if you love something, why would you drag down the reputation of it like that, you know? If you love a series, why would you drag down its reputation by making it look horrible to other fan bases? I don't engage in fandom culture in general, other than just like posting videos about my thoughts on stuff, and even then, it's I try to limit what I talk about to the thing that I'm talking about. Like when I make my Demon Slayer video, I don't talk about how Demon Slayer sucks and these things that I like are way better. I just talk about how I don't like Demon Slayer. It doesn't have to be about like this war of things I like versus things I dislike. It can just be like, I like the things that I like, and it doesn't matter to me what other people think of it. I'm so glad that One Piece Season 2 didn't decide to do Alabasta in Season 2 and decided to do it for Season 3, so it has a full season. Yeah, that's a good... I was worried they were going to rush that, so that's a good thing. You're talking about the live action, I assume? Yeah, you are talking about the live action. Do you think Dandadan could have a new season every 2 years since Science Star has like three projects more? I don't know. I would say I don't want to rush them. At the same, you know, you don't want to end up in a situation where they take so long that no one watches the next season, but I wouldn't want to push them to animate it faster than, you know, I want them to have the time that they need to make it good. We also don't know if it'll get a season 2. Here's hoping. It, you know, animes need to do really well to get new seasons, and I think based on the current trajectory, it's going to do very well, but hard to say for sure until the dust settles. All right, I'm getting pretty hungry, and it's getting kind of late, so I think I'm going to call it here tonight, guys. Appreciate you all hanging out. On Saturday, I'm headed for Germany, and I'll be gone for 2 weeks, so don't expect any streams for the next 2 weeks. But once I'm back, I'll fill you in on everything that happened. Appreciate you hanging out, everybody. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to have a nice vacation, come back rested, relaxed, and I'll see you then. Appreciate you. Talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.